yelling?
He was yelling at her.
He was doing no such
I
thing.
swear to God, he was yelling at her.
He was.
And I understand exactly.
That
See,
is crazy.
and nobody know why. Like nigga was just tripping, like bugging. Nigga was tweaking for no reason.
He was not.
I
He
promise
don't even
you.
do that.
Well, I'm gonna play it back for you so you can see.
Are y'all ready?
Nope.
We're ready.
Y'all ready? Everybody ready?
I've been fucking ready for the last 2 hours. I'm gonna need y'all to get y'all shit together. Go ahead.
This is our 4th time calling you.
Oh, okay.
In the last 20 seconds. But proceed.
All right,
Proceed.
Hush up.
Have at it. Family divided. We laugh, we shop, but we're still united. Hot takes, hard hits. You're all invited. Have at it. Family divided.
Hey, everybody. It's Sonia from El Paso. Sonia still from El Paso. Seasoned cracker, not to be confused with the Soggy Saltines on the right. Second generation American, proud daughter of an immigrant, and non-practicing Caucasian. Yes, and I am here right now. Let me go ahead and go off with the introductions. On the right, I have my son, Malik.
What's going on, people?
Please talking to the mic.
Yes,
I am
please.
talking into the mic.
I'm just
We're
making
talking
sure.
about deep.
What's going on, people? How you doing? How you feeling? How you living? I hope life is great. I hope your money is well. I hope your heart is full, and you know what I mean. Let's go.
All right. And then over here on the left, I have my son, Tramel.
The one and only. What's happening? What up, world?
Okay. And then right next to me, I have Red, my mom, Bridget.
Hey, Omi's here.
Yes, I'm right here, my love.
Hi, Yomi.
And
Hi.
then on the phone, we do have my daughter, Erin Renee.
I still don't have an intro, but
1 2 1 2.
one, two. I'll be ready next week.
All right, be ready next week. Okay, what's one thing this week that you made that made you say, "Yeah, I'm grown"? Let's go ahead and hit these topics,
Hold on,
guys.
fam. Hold on. We
What?
not going right into the topic. Like you can't ask how everybody's weekend was.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, no.
Malik, how was your weekend, fam?
How was your weekend?
Here
What did you
she
do?
goes.
Hey, hold on.
My
Time
bad.
out. I am Mike A. Please, like, know your role, Mike 4. Malik,
Oh, wait.
how was your
Ow.
weekend, fam? Like, what did you do? What did you get into?
Shit. My weekend was cool, man. Went to go play basketball with the homies.
Okay. I missed that invite. My phone must have been off.
Yeah, you didn't want to be there. That would have been wicked for you.
I would have dunked on you like we
No,
did 10
you
years
can't handle
ago.
nothing.
Yeah.
You
You
gonna
remember
get
that?
on the court, Eric?
Facts. You remember that one time we was playing basketball outside Mom's house and Tyrese dunked on OJ
He made
And-
OJ fall.
into the bushes?
I brought that shit up the other day. He was like, man, fuck you.
He said he was playing 2K with you the other night and he was dog water.
No, that nigga's trash.
We hopped on last night and it was like the nigga was lagging. Very first game. He's like, man, this is hotel internet. It's hotel internet. I'm like, turn your hotspot on. He's like, yeah, they don't want to see me bring out MJ. So he brought out like 5 different builds and we had to get off after like 10 games. I was like, nigga, I just lost my gold banner.
That's how it be.
Can't do it.
For all of y'all that don't know what the fuck we talking about, yeah.
Yeah, just like that. OJ 7-9 on Xbox, OJ 7-9 on PlayStation. Don't play with that nigga, he trash. FDB Prince or Prince FDB, whatever the fuck that nigga name is on Xbox, that nigga trash. If you trying to get dubs, don't holler at me because I'm trash sometimes too. And that nigga Malik over there, Shoe Leak, whatever he calls himself now on Xbox, he is not, like you, find you a whole different squad, bro. Like we're just
Go
casuals.
on and give Kimani and Dante. Go ahead and give Kimani and Dante's little
You-
Xbox names because they.
I don't
I
even
know-
know they Xbox
Aaron,
names
what
because
are
last
they?
time I played with Kimani,
I don't
like we smashed that nigga and his friends on the court. I remember that. And
Wow.
he had to
I
guard me
was
because his
trying to play
homeboy
them
couldn't do
myself.
it. I mean, I got the video.
Yeah, we was.
I'll post the video,
yeah.
And we randomly matched up with him, and I don't know, but he was like, "Nah, man, I didn't even know that was y'all." And that let me know, like, niggas a try hard.
I do want to say, I want to give a shout out to Tramel because Tramel actually dropped our podcast on Saturday. I need a clap on that, please. Hello. You know what?
Do you know how long that shit took me?
I
Like
Oh, here we
I
go.
put my homework on the back burner. I
Here we
got
go.
what's today? The 25th?
yeah,
Today is
no,
the
today's the
25th.
26th.
Today's the
Today's
26th.
26th.
So I got 5 days to do 12 T Cole assignments and 15 writing assignments for a criminal justice class.
And you got 6 days to
6
drop
days.
this podcast.
And I'm like, shit. This one ain't gonna have no effects. It probably won't match up with the voice in the video. Like, we just gonna put it out. We just gonna put it out.
The first one didn't have no effects either.
well, we didn't
Nah,
even drop
facts.
the first one.
No, we did drop the.
No, that was
No.
episode 3. If you look at it, it says 003.
Yeah, you're right. It was-
Yeah.
The fans is asking, where's 001? Where's 002?
Who's fans?
It's in the
Who's
vault.
fans?
My
It's
fans?
in the vault.
My
Huh?
fans?
Hey, you know what? You know what I really don't like?
What?
I looked at it, right? Because I created the YouTube page and shit, right?
Okay.
So I was looking, I was like, damn, this little ass fucking podcast video, this punk ass podcast video got more views than my music page. I was hurt. I was like, God damn, bitch, like shit. Like, can a nigga get some love too? I'm about to start plugging my shit.
Oh.
But no, Mike 4, pipe down. Homie, how was your
Oh,
weekend?
God.
Excuse me?
How was your weekend?
Oh, okay, I guess.
What did you do? Did she show you some love this weekend or she yell at you like always?
Well, I'm used to it already.
Oh my God. I didn't even
Yeah.
yell this weekend.
The way you looking at her right now, let me know you yelled at her.
Yeah, she gives me that bad look. Yeah, but I'm not scared of
She
her.
don't do nothing, bro. She just be trying to like wash dishes and
that's-
chill and watch
that's-
movies with
that's
you. You
okay.
ain't got time for it. Like, this shit crazy.
I mean, as much as I can still kill.
Damn.
Oh,
Wow.
damn.
Wow.
No,
You ain't even give me a
no,
chance
no,
to
no,
beat
no.
that out.
Talk that
Savage.
shit, Red.
I can still beat her, but you
Nah,
know
she said
me.
kill.
She said
Like,
kill.
I heard
Yeah.
it.
She
I heard
did.
it. I heard it.
We heard her. We heard her.
Aaron, no, stop. Pipe
No,
down.
no,
Please
Mike,
pipe
for
down. You do the
stop.
intro. That's it.
What podcast is it?
Aaron, how was your weekend, fam? What'd you do?
Eric, you're about to piss me off.
Hold on, cuz, I'll hang up right now.
My weekend has been chill. I haven't done nothing. I've been chilling all week.
No. We need you to talk about your mic night.
Oh, I heard you had an open mic, fam.
I did. My first open mic night. I went by myself. I said, fuck it. I went, I signed up, and I did 2 of my poems.
Which ones you do?
I did The Innocence I Don't Remember and Eulogy for an Unfinished Home.
Okay.
They're
okay.
short ones. I did it because I figured I could get through some short ones. And everybody was so nice. So I'm ready to go back.
Where was it at?
It was it was a writing workshop that they held at a bar called Proof and Press, I believe. It was my first time being there, but it was a writing workshop. And then after the workshop, they let you sign up. And then from 9 to 11, everybody gets to come up and perform some pieces.
You should have done Soulmate Deferred or something. You know what I mean?
Like one of the ones you put on your album.
Facts.
The ones
Facts.
he said he
Yeah.
wrote.
Exactly. Should I get up there and be like, yeah, this is my brother's shit.
You should, because the way it is, right? Like, that is my art. That's my work. As you can see,
That
my,
is not
my
your
album.
art.
Hold on. Because when did you put out your book of poetry?
It don't matter when the
2
book
months
came out. The guy
after
wrote
my
the
album came out?
poem.
I'll see.
Nah, you can't do that. You can't take my work and then go do spoken word and claim it as yours.
But wait,
But
hold up,
guess
hold
what?
up. Hold
Guess
up.
what? It was posted on my Instagram way before your album came out. So clearly,
Okay, but listen,
Mm.
that's
Love your
okay.
joke.
That's
Love your
okay. Here
joke.
we go. It's right here. It's published. It is Far Before I Said It by Aaron Renee. So that poem that she's talking about right now that he claims is on his page is right here. in this
Soulmate
book.
Deferred, Love Lace Lies, and then which other one did you do?
We Deserve Us,
We
which
Deserve
was
Us.
a
Yeah,
banger, if I must say.
So
banger.
It's,
Yes.
it's all right here. Y'all can go on Amazon right now. You can pick this up. Yes. Okay. Support
Yes.
the queen.
Ma, how was your weekend?
Please do. Please do.
What have you done?
What have I done? What do I do every weekend?
Cook flavorless food.
You know what?
Oh
That
my
was
God.
Listen, he talking
Look.
smack.
She
Listen,
hit me. She hit me. She
listen.
said, "I'm making enchiladas this weekend." I said, "What kind?" She said, "Green." I was like, "Bet, cool." I got here, and then I seen the can of enchilada sauce, and I'm just like, "Shit." I already knew, right?
You know what?
So it was good. It just didn't have flavor. I thought it wasn't her fault because I mean the cans ain't got no flavor. You know what I'm saying?
Every
I'm
time,
I'm
every
used to
time.
authentic.
On Sundays, you realize I get up early in the morning on Sundays so that I can cook in the morning so that when you get here, there is some food to put in your belly
No,
and you
I
are
appreciate
unappreciative.
that. No, I do. I appreciate that very much. I love you so much for making sure that we're fed on Sundays. I really do appreciate it. But as with all things, I wish you would consult with us before you go out and do it. The same way I asked you to consult before you bought these LED lights and this $600 TV screen that
even
was
notice
pointless.
These are kind of fire
So-
though. I really
Right,
do need to stop saying that, but these are exceptional lights.
Thank you. Thank you. I thank you for appreciating
Exceptional.
what I'm trying to do
He
here.
appreciated it so much that he didn't even notice them when he walked in.
Mhm.
Crazy work.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't notice them until he pointed it out. But
You know what? Whatever.
See?
Listen. Let's go ahead and jump on in this podcast, okay? Let's go ahead and jump on into this podcast, okay? So
Wait, hold up. Before we get into the topics, I just have to say, because clearly I'm calling in from the phone. So when the podcast dropped, I got to watch it. Listen, first of all, I'm gonna need y'all to go back to the first episode 3, whatever. At like 8.5 minutes, Mom says something like, no offense, she said, but y'all bitch and complain. If y'all go back and watch Micaiah's face when Mom says, y'all bitch and complain.
what did he do? He rolled his eyes up, huh?
Oh, I died laughing because
head-
Micaiah's, he's so chill, he's so like nonchalant and real laid back, but his face was like, bitch. He was flabbergasted. He couldn't believe the shit you were saying. But it's funny to watch it back. Like, I'm talking, but then when they drop, I get to watch everybody's facial expressions, and that was fucking funny. That's all I had to say. Go ahead.
Wish
Go
you was
ahead.
here in person.
I know.
You could
I
have
can't
Mike
wait
Ford.
for y'all to come out here and
Ooh,
Mike Ford is
yes,
my
let-
mic. Wait, hold up. Time out. Mike Ford is my
No,
mic, my
no.
guy.
I'm
Hey,
getting Mike 1, Mike
hey,
A,
nah,
whatever.
listen,
when I
listen,
come
listen.
into town,
You know what she said last week? She
What?
said that me and Malik carry the podcast.
Listen,
You did say that.
I
You
said no.
and I said,
I
wow. I
said-
said that's crazy. I said I feel like Aaron.
No,
carries
you
it.
said it was too much for you. I said, no, I can't have you do that because you're the comic relief in this motherfucker.
No, I said I want to be able to sit off camera. Like, there's no reason for me
yeah,
to sit on
and
camera.
I said you the comic relief. Why do you tell a story and tell only half truths?
Hold on,
I
hold on,
said
hold
you
on.
comic relief.
No.
Did I not say you were
Did you
comic
or
relief?
did you not say that
she
me
said
and
you're a
Malik
fucking joke.
carry?
It's not that. It's not that he's a joke. It's just like his comments, his comebacks are really good, and Micaiah has that wisdom behind him. And Aaron, you
Fucking
and I,
facts.
yeah, and you and I, we talk a lot. And Omi is also comic relief over here because sometimes Omi be talking, and the stuff that comes out of her mouth, sometimes I'm like, what?
No,
the
you
fuck?
just take her as being a fucking joke,
I-
and she's not a joke.
No.
That's the problem
Omi
with
is
you.
not
Like,
a
you don't
joke.
respect her.
Oh, I don't.
You don't respect her emotions and her mental.
I
Like, you
don't-
need to
I
go
don't-
ahead.
I
No,
don't
you
respect
don't.
your emotions.
I don't even know what the fuck you guys talking about.
Look.
All right. Okay. Listen. This goes into our first topic right here, and
Oh,
it's a little. It's you know. I thought on these topics right here, and I thought this was actually going to be kind of cool because I want to kind of see where my kids stood on this. But the first part of the segment is called identity and upbringing, and it says, "What was it like growing up with a white mom?"
Hell.
I mean, who
Wait,
want to go
I'm
first?
just joking, Mom. I'm just
Did you
joking.
say ew?
No, I said hell.
Oh, because you had
I'm
different
just
responses. You said,
joking, I
hell,
just-
nigga. I was going to be like, growing up with what, mom? You know what I'm saying? But
Ooh.
Every week,
Every
every
fucking
Wow.
week.
Wow.
no, I mean, growing up with a white mom was, I mean,
She was see through.
Transparent.
for us, I feel like it was normal, obviously, right? Because you have nothing to compare it to. So growing up with a white mom, growing up with a black mom, an Asian mom, Hispanic mom, it's growing up with a mom. You know
But
what I'm
like,
saying?
did y'all do like Erica when she was in junior high? She like legit denounced my whiteness.
It was a secret.
It was a
Yeah,
secret.
like we-
yeah.
Don't tell nobody our mom is white.
I mean, I claim that shit. I claim that shit no matter what. Like, y'all saw the German, Russian, French,
Mhm.
Italian, all that shit. I claim it. Because motherfuckers be looking at me and they be like, oh, you're mixed? You're mixed with Hispanic? And I'd be like, no offense. Fuck no, I'm not. Like, I'm black and white. This is what it break down to. So, I mean, for me, it's always been like, it's cool. White mom, black mom, it didn't matter. You know what I'm saying? We had a mom. Some people aren't fortunate for that.
Oh, y'all, I need y'all to play that back. He
He's-
said we had a
I
mom.
know. That was crazy. He said we had a mom.
we did.
Who is we, nigga? What do you mean?
She's not in her casket yet. You said
No, we have a mom. Yeah.
You have to say
She talking about
we
growing up,
have
no, as kids.
them.
Growing
as
up.
kids.
And he just acknowledged the fact that I was around for him.
Yeah, for like the first 13 years.
Okay. All right. Micaiah, how
Okay.
did you feel about having a white mom?
I never really felt any type of way about it. I claimed it. It was cool, you know. I just saw you as my mom. People asked me, my mom. I told them my mom was white,
Yeah.
but they can see obviously I'm a mixed person. I'm a mixed dude, so
He just don't claim the black side. Remember episode 1?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I move more on my Caucasian roots anyways.
This nigga wild.
You know what I mean?
So Erica's not here to defend that statement, but Aaron, did you do the same thing? Were you in that same category as her, as like denying the fact that you had a white mom?
No, I never denied it. That would be crazy work for me to deny it, because look at me.
She just said, she said, look at me.
That
You don't
would-
look white and you don't look black.
That would be crazy work. I couldn't. No, I never denied it. But growing up for me was much different. Like being biracial and having a white mom, I think there was more trauma for me growing up having a white mom and a black dad.
Was it hard?
sure.
Like, question, like, was it hard for any of y'all, like, going through the situations of like maybe the kids at school, the black kids didn't accept you because you weren't black enough, the
Fuck
white kids?
yes.
Yeah.
Fuck
Nah.
yes. I think that's more. And I always wonder this too, if it was the same for like mixed boys and mixed girls. But 100% without a doubt, it was an issue for me coming up, because it's like you identify more so with one side, but that side, it's like you too white for one side, too black for the other side. There was a whole time frame in middle school where like my whole crew was Hispanic girls, but then they'd be speaking Spanish. And then I got to the point where I'm like, I don't know if they're really my friends. I don't know if they're talking about me.
Nah, once they
So
hit you
that
with
was
that mayate, like you knew better.
That, oh, I knew what that word was. That was never the case. But it was still that lack of like my identity. Like I didn't fit in there. I didn't fit in with them and their interests and their culture and like so it was just like an awkward place. But yeah, it definitely was. And I remember the first time, when we lived on, like my very first memory, we lived on Tropicana. And it was a trick. I think it was Halloween. And the kids said, I have a memory of kids saying that they didn't want to trick or treat with me because my dad was black and my mom was white.
Wow.
And that was my first ever memory of thinking like, well, what's the problem? What? Like, I didn't understand. But yeah, coming up, it was definitely a struggle because you don't really fit in nowhere.
Wow.
And then especially for me and the way that I look, I was like, bitch, what are you?
Yeah.
It was weird.
I ain't had them issues, to be honest with you. I felt like I was hood certified and trailer park certified.
This
Like,
fucking guy, like
I mean-
I can't take you serious.
Nah, but like for real though, like being biracial is like you do have those moments where certain people don't want to hang out with you or you can't be dated because you're black. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's probably the only thing that you really dealt with from my point of view. That was the only thing I really dealt with. Because I mean, I hung out with the white kids in the desert, you know what I'm saying, going to bonfires and shit like that. But then I also hung out with the black kids. So I really didn't have no issues.
Were you pulled more towards one than the other?
No, because I was an athlete. So because I was an athlete, I was cool regardless. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to go with one side or the other or pick or choose, nothing like that. Like everything was blended. Especially being in El Paso, you know what I'm saying? It's a fucking melting pot.
Yeah, for sure.
A
Malik,
melting pot.
That's exactly what it is. It's a
It's
border
very
city.
diverse, yeah.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You're on the border, so all the Hispanic people are there. You got the
Y'all
random
think
white
El
people that
Paso
pull-
is diverse?
Yeah, obviously it is
is.
diverse
It's
because
not-
of Fort Bliss.
yeah.
That's the only reason why it's diverse is because of Fort Bliss. All the military, the personnel that come through. That's what brings your white
Yeah.
people and your black people. It's
Every
majority
place
Hispanic.
is gonna have a mixture of people that wouldn't classify them as being diverse. Being diverse is when you go to a place, like you go to the store and you see people like when I remember going to Jersey School, UT Arlington, that was I was like, that campus is so diverse because you can't go to one building without seeing at least 4 ethnic groups. Like, that's not the case here. We're predominantly Hispanic. And just because we have some white, some black, some other ethnic groups doesn't mean we're diverse. I definitely don't think we're a diverse city at all. We're predominantly Hispanic.
I mean, I guess I don't know any difference because I ain't never been anywhere, so I always thought El Paso was diverse, but I ain't been nowhere else.
What, you live, girl, what? The city that you live in right now, when we go to the store, when we go to
It depends on what store
H-E
you go to.
certain areas.
Yeah.
But when you out and about, like it's definitely you can't be in here unless we go to them certain HEBs, them certain stores, and you're like, oh, this is not the right neighborhood.
like the
But-
HEB up on my job. Remember we walked up in there and we were like,
Yes.
what the fuck?
Very
White and
uncomfortable.
very, yeah.
Yeah. But to me, being like in a diverse place is like where you go somewhere and you don't see one more than the other because it's so many different people. That's what I think of when I hear diverse.
I mean, I
That's
look
not
at
the case here,
Austin
guys.
and it don't seem. I mean, every black person I come in contact with, right at work, I always ask them like, "Yo, where are you from?" They'll tell me, and I'm like, "How you like Austin?" They look at me and kind of give me this shrug, and I'm like, "It feels different, right?" So
Mhm.
I guess out there in El Paso, of course, you see a lot more Hispanic. Out here in Austin, you see a lot more white people. So it's just, I mean,
Again,
it's still
depends on where you
diverse.
go.
It's just, yeah.
I've never like going out, I never notice unless you're in those specific areas. Like every time I'm in Austin, I feel like when we go places, like I never notice one group more than the other
That's because you're not in
because
Austin.
it's
When you come out here, you in Manor or you in
There he
Pflugerville.
goes
This is
again.
Like
the
you're not in
second-
That's
Austin.
the
You know
second
what, Eric?
motherfucking time he
What-
did that.
no,
Second
it's
time-
true. See, Malik,
And
tell
you
me
could have
Austin
at
is not
least
different from
bleeped
everywhere
that.
else.
No, time out.
I thought
Let's bleep that, Eric, because you did it in the first episode. You
What?
need to bleep it again because that's the second time that you dropped her location, knowing damn well that she got people on TikTok that wish her harm.
Y'all
Like,
want her
why are you
IP
putting
address?
her out there like that?
It's
First of all, she
Yeah.
don't live in Pfluger. I live in Pflugerville. She's in Manor.
Oh
That's
We're
the
just
my
third
subbing
time.
all-
That's
it-
the third time.
Bro, you know how big
Take
this place
his money.
is?
Bro, Manor is not that motherfucking big.
Oh my God. Well, stop talking shit on the internet to people.
Manor
You ain't
is
got
like
nothing to worry about.
Chaparral.
Manor is not. Don't disrespect Manor
Manor's
like that.
smaller than Chaparral.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Manor got brick houses and HOA. Chaparral got shacks. Like, don't do that.
Trailers and shacks.
Manor is one street.
So to get back on topic, how did you, with everything that y'all went through, being biracial kids, did it shape you in the way you move today? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, did it shape you the way you move today?
I don't think so. Not necessarily. For me, it was an issue that particular issue, like the whole identity thing, was an issue for me well into my adulthood. But I think now, as I've gotten older, like understanding, like everybody's point of view and understanding a little bit deeper. I get it, but it didn't really alter. I don't know. I guess it didn't. I don't know. I guess it shaped you. Like everything you did within your childhood shapes you, but I wouldn't say it necessarily like altered how I move.
Okay.
Well, majority of my homies are Hispanic homies, so I kind of adopted the Hispanic culture a lot more than I did black or white. I also think it's like an era thing. I was born in 2000, so growing up, I didn't have to deal with a lot of racism. And me personally, I didn't have to deal with a lot of racism. Just like where I was at, I kind of was able to blend in with every different group.
I tend to remember one particular incident where you were singled out. You remember that?
Oh, and who's at the mall?
Yeah.
At the mall,
You remember that?
that bitch.
The lady
No, I
with
don't
the,
think
Yeah.
so.
You remember
with
that,
the
Mom?
purse.
Yes,
Yeah,
you remember
yeah,
that?
She said he stole her purse.
Oh my God,
Oh,
them
yeah, I remember that
bitches.
one.
Yeah.
All because he was a black kid in a hoodie.
Yeah, no, but that wasn't even like, it wasn't super drastic or dramatic or anything. They just,
It was
she
for me
made
and
a
the girls
comment.
because we were out there ready to fight.
I came across a video. I have a Snapchat video. I think me and Erica saw it not too long ago where she's recording me when I'm on the phone, like going off talking about the situation. I was pissed. I was so pissed.
No, I don't
Yeah,
think I've ever
I
had an
remember.
experience where I've been singled out because of my race.
No? No?
Mm.
So,
That's-
but let me ask you this. As men, I know I've been on the phone with you when you were driving.
Mhm.
And there was a point where you got pulled over where he followed you for a minute.
Oh, in Colorado.
Yeah. Talk about that because I feel like that was profiling.
I mean, in that moment, I think so too. I was leaving El Paso, going back to Denver for work, and whatever highway that is that takes you through Colorado Springs and all that. So I was on there and driving my rental truck, and I think it was a state trooper, Colorado state trooper, was like literally driving behind me for like a good 10 minutes, and then pulled up in the next lane went to go past me, got to my window, looked over, and then slowed down, got back behind me and pulled me over. And I remember I recorded, I think that was the only situation with law enforcement that I've ever recorded, right? Because it pissed me off at that moment. And he was trying to tell me that I was speeding going 90, like 92, 93 in a 75. And I was arguing with his ass. I'm like, yo, like, give me a ticket. And he didn't give me a ticket. He was just like, oh, well, you know, it's my discretion to give you a ticket. It's because we had an accident out here and someone lost their head. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck about none of that. Like, if you say I'm speeding, give me the ticket. And I argued with him and he would not give me the ticket. And I told him, I said what I think it was, bro. Like, I think you was just driving and you saw a nigga driving a nice vehicle and you decided to pull me over and think you could run my name, see if I had some shit on me. I was like, that's not the case. So give me the fucking ticket. He didn't want to give me the ticket. And then he fucking just left. But yeah, I feel like that was, it was a fun day.
It was a fun day.
And then that takes me back to like some of the things and fears that I have, especially when y'all were younger coming up and driving. It's like I was worried about that. Like when you guys are out there in the streets, you know, it's like if you get pulled over, how are you gonna react? And you know, 10 and 2, keep your hands on the steering wheel and all that bullshit. A lot of the shit that white kids don't have to deal with, right? So there is a difference.
No, there's obviously a difference. You know what I'm saying? I got the most respect for law enforcement to a certain extent. They're always gonna look at us different, being biracial or whatever. We're still black in their eyes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think I fall on the other side of the fence when I say that they're not always out to get us. You know what I mean? Law enforcement is not always out to get us. I feel like sometimes motherfuckers just fucking up. Sometimes you deserve to go to jail. Sometimes you deserve that citation. Like, it's not like they're always picking on you. There are instances where they are, but it's not every fucking time. We got to let go of that narrative.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. But I mean, they got a job to do too, you know? Regardless whether you're black, brown, blue, or purple, like, you're going to get pulled over. You just got to show your respect, answer the questions that are asked, and move on about your day. I don't think they're always out to get you or give you a ticket or harass you. I've never viewed it like that.
Aaron?
I agree.
Wow.
I don't think, no, of course, I would never I'm not going to generalize. I'm not going to give a blanket statement and say all of them, you know what I'm saying, are bad. Like, but I think there needs to be understanding on both sides of the spectrum here, because, you know, I feel like sometimes we see situations like the way that a black man or a black person in general may respond or react when they're getting pulled over. And it's highly criticized. Like, well, if you would have just did this, if you would have just did that, but not taking into account or consideration that the trauma that is there when you get pulled over, because you don't know what's about to happen. So
No, like I feel that.
think it just needs to be understanding on both sides, because historically we do get treated differently and we see how bad it can get. So imagine that level of fear, you react differently. But no, I think it needs to be understanding on both sides.
Yeah, for sure. Because I mean, I can be driving, license valid, no warrants, nothing to like. Obviously, I know I'm good, and the moment those lights come on, my heart still start pounding. You know what I mean? Because you never fucking know. But I mean, like Malik said, the respect aspect goes a long way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for me, it's like I can never see in my mind an incidents where, you know, a cop uses his authority as power over me. I could never see that happening because it's just who I am. Like, I would never escalate it. You know, after a certain point, I feel like the tension starts to get high. I'm just gonna cooperate at that point. You know what I mean? I ain't got nothing else to say. Hands on your hands behind. Okay, I'm gonna just, you know, I'm done talking after a certain point. So,
but what happens in that situation where you do comply and they still on some fuck shit?
well, so yeah, I've never been in that one. If that shit happens, then
Well, we know that happens. I mean,
But that happens, and that's the thing. That's the problem. And that's where the trauma comes into play, because you know that you can do everything right. But if the person who's in that uniform happens to be a trash person, it doesn't matter what you do or how you comply or how respectful you are. If they want to bulldoze that situation, they will. And they'll do it knowing that they can probably get away with it. And that's the problem, because it happens so often.
Yep. All right. Well, let's go ahead and transition to this right here. Let's talk. Let's get into parenting.
Hold on,
right?
before we get into parenting, right? Have you ever been pulled over and attempted to use your white privilege?
No. No, I've been pulled over and I've gotten
Have you ever
tickets.
been pulled over and cried?
Have I ever been pulled over and cried? No, I ain't never cried.
Have you,
I
have
got
you ever ran
loud.
from the police?
So listen, yeah, I ran from the police. You know I did. I don't even know why y'all even trying to bring up. You always come for my bullshit. Yes, I got a charge for evading. Yes, I've been to jail. I spent the night. I did all that. I went upstairs. I got the shot. All that shit. Okay, I had a bunk. Everything. Okay, I had to act like it was Orange is the New Black. I had to walk in there acting like I knew what the fuck was gonna happen.
Damn. So between all of us sitting here, it's the white woman that ran from the cops. Wild.
Facts.
Wild.
Homie probably looking at everybody like these fucking degenerates.
Everybody been to jail but Omi now.
Yeah.
Everybody been
Nah,
to jail.
Malik.
But Omi. Malik been to jail.
I didn't get a chance to run. They caught me in my sleep.
That's right. I remember that. Still got your mugshot on my phone.
Trying to do the right thing. Y'all, when I got that call, the phone rang. It's like, you have a collect call from the Travis County Correction. I was like, what the actual fuck? But
that was some bullshit.
yeah.
You remember when me and Suhey called you? Prank called you?
Prank called me, yes. That
Because
shit
she
was
was
not
so
funny.
fucking hurt. You fucking bitch. Don't ever do that to me
Listen,
again.
that shit, like, y'all don't fucking play with that, because you know what I'm saying. That shit was rough. That shit was rough. Because listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, I worry about you guys all the time. You may not think it. Y'all are
Start crying.
grown. I ain't gonna cry.
about to, you see
Why
it?
y'all keep saying
You
I'm gonna
see it.
cry? Listen, I'm just saying. You two boys right there, I worry about you guys all the time because of the fact that, yes, because you are young black men. And I do worry about that because I see how dumb the people that look like me can be and how they act. And I don't like that. So, yeah, it bothers me. So that's why I always worry about you. I used to always tell Makai, don't wear your hoodie. 10 and 2. Why is it doing that? Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and go on to the next one right quick. Let's talk about parenting. How do we shape the next generation, right? So raising biracial children. Aaron, your children are sort of kind of biracial. I mean, there's
My
a little.
children are a rainbow coalition.
They
This is
are.
our children are just all over the place. I don't really know. And it's different being raised in El Paso. It's different. But, obviously Jeremiah and Jersey, they look more Hispanic. My baby girl looks like she's mixed with white and Mexican. She gonna be mad when she hears me say it, but she hates it. She's so white. And then Jeremiah, I think although you could tell he's Hispanic, Jeremiah's very exotic looking. Like you look at him one day and he looks Asian, and he looks
Yeah.
Mexican. Then you could tell he got some black in him. So he's just a little exotic boy. And then the two youngest, Kimani don't look like he's mixed at all.
No, not at all. Hold on. We got technical difficulties right here. What's happening? There is a malfunction with the camera, y'all.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, that's a good point. Kimani don't look mixed at all.
At all.
He doesn't.
Not at
It's
all.
also wild the difference between Kimani and Dante. Like Dante, he's so white. And you could tell he's mixed, and Kimani like nothing. He just looked like straight little black boy. They're so different.
They really are. Have they had any experiences? Hold on, what's the matter, Eric? How is that even possible?
It's Trial and Error, episode 4.
Well, this might just be the audio coming out.
That's better than nothing. Cause what? I'm gonna need y'all to get y'all shit together.
Can we talk about changing this damn banner?
You want to
I
check?
knew you was gonna say that.
He does not like the banner. Like, what the actual fuck?
He said, I don't subscribe to this. He said, that is not me.
They over here talking about Miguel. I said, if you said that one time on this podcast, I'm
But
out
you
here.
said it. You called yourself Miguel right now.
I ain't call myself Miguel. I said, you said it. Looked like Miguel.
Ma, you got anything you want to bring to the table about this? I mean,
mixed stuff.
yeah. How was it for you having grandchildren that are biracial, and dealing with society and the things that we see?
Well, I worry about that. I worry about them too, but there's nothing I can do about it. But I'm very proud that I have all this different, you know,
Colors.
colors.
We are definitely a rainbow.
And it's not like just like that because my mom and my dad, a little bit of Russia, a little bit Italian, a little bit French. I have all this.
All the little shades of white. Oh,
All the shades of white. Do you know I go on to the you know how
Shut up.
you can check your ancestry DNA and it updates, right, as it keeps doing
oh,
things.
mom,
Yeah.
let it go, honey.
One day, because I just got 1% of Spaniards, so I'm getting there.
You have 1% of Spanish in you?
Spaniard, yeah. The European
Oh,
Spaniard.
Lord.
Yeah.
The one day that she opens up her little
Man,
DNA profile
I'm
and she
buying the
sees anything.
T-shirt.
1%. I don't even think you're gonna find a 1%, mom. It's gonna be like a
I will
0.001.
listen. I will claim that shit too. Okay,
I know you will.
I
I know you
will.
will.
I will.
You're gonna
Okay,
post it everywhere. You're gonna
I
be on
sure am.
TikTok.
I sure am. I am. How, Eric? How are you gonna do it? We had a conversation this morning in the room in the kitchen, and you were saying that your children are not biracial.
I didn't say they wasn't biracial.
Well, what did you say?
I said that I raised them just to raise kids.
That's not what you
Yeah,
said.
I said I raised my kids black.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Yeah.
So you left out a word right now.
I mean, that's the only way I can raise them. I can't
But
raise them to be any other way. They can get that Hispanic shit from their mom. I can't raise. How do you raise a kid a certain way? You know what I mean? Like,
Are you teaching culture? That's one thing I want to ask, because I did not have the wisdom that I needed to have when you guys were growing up to teach you the culture of that side, because I just didn't do it. I didn't know it. So how do you teach culture to your children?
well,
Or
no,
do you teach culture to your children?
not at this moment. No, they too little. They're too little.
You think Bella's
I
too
think-
little?
Yeah, I
I think you
honestly
should
do.
start little. That's one thing I wish I could go back and do is start little. I think I would have taught more about our history and both histories, as a matter of fact, because Jeremiah and Jersey do have, the Hispanic side. I actually wish I would have learned more or been, not that I wasn't accepting, I'm not going to use that word, but I would have learned more about that side as well, because it is half of them. But I think kids do need to be taught that at a young age.
So I mean, with Bella, right? Bella and Ian have no black in them, right? But they have a black father. I've had the conversations with Bella. Black History Month rolls around. Hey, what did y'all learn about today at school? Her and Ian both. Oh, Martin Luther King. Y'all hear about Malcolm X? No? Who's that? Got to teach them who Malcolm X is, right? So we have the conversations when it comes up, you know what I'm saying? Or when I feel as though they should know something. But, I mean, for the most part, I think Bella and Ian, obviously Iris is too little, but Bella and Ian, they get a taste of my culture through music. Through my music. Not my music, but artists that I listen to. You know what I'm saying? The Tupacs, the Nas, the Jay-Z's. They get all of that influence through music.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on.
You don't have kids.
I know you don't
Thank
have
you.
kids, but when you do have children, what are you going to teach them both sides, or are you just going to let life?
Probably the latter.
Life?
Yeah.
Because see, there's more to your culture than Martin Luther King or Malcolm X, right? I mean, there's so many other things that we need to teach our children.
I knew I should have loaded this machine with drops. Because I could have dropped. How the fuck is you gonna tell me about some shit you ain't never seen?
Okay, whatever. I'm trying now.
One thing I remember coming up, like you said, you didn't teach us culture, but the one thing that I do remember, I feel like our household, you couldn't tell that it was run by a white woman because you had pictures, like all of your figurines, all of your pictures. Like I
artwork.
remember all the artwork. It was like all black artwork, all black figurines. Like you couldn't tell that a white woman lived there because
The
you
same
really thought she
plates
was.
and cups that every black family has.
Yeah. I see like you see them pics like on Instagram and those reels, like every black household had that. And I'm like, We had that, but how did we have that? Because our mom was white.
I have always been a non-practicing Caucasian. This ain't nothing new.
Oh, you was heavy in it back in the day. You
Facts.
really thought you was a black woman back in the day,
Yup.
honey. You was really deep into it.
All them damn
Man.
Medea movies.
Like, I remember having Malcolm X pictures on the wall. I remember, like, you remember that picture where I think everybody's sitting around like at a poker table or something,
Yeah.
and it's like all black artists. Like,
Tupac.
I remember,
Yep.
yeah, yeah,
Even Jesus
all
on the
that.
wall was black.
Yeah, all black.
Well, that's because Jesus is black.
Uh-huh.
Well, you're right. He is black.
Okay.
You're right.
Just making sure.
Facts.
So I tried to give y'all.
You did.
I did.
You did.
Yeah.
Was that for us or for your boyfriends?
What?
Yeah. She said plural. Boyfriends. Boyfriends.
Okay, whatever.
No.
Whatever. Okay. All
But we
right.
appreciate it. We
Well,
appreciate
yeah, I tried. Okay. All right. All right. So let's move on to true crime and supernatural. Like, I know everybody here has a story, right? Everybody has either a favorite true crime case that stuck with you, or you've had a personal experience that has like made you believe that there was something else out there that was a little on the sinister side. So who wants to start? I know, Tremel, I know you probably got a couple.
I got one I can speak on. Like, for me, I've always felt as though I ain't really believe in like ghosts and shit. You know what I mean? Until one night I was working at the hotel when I first started in hospitality back in 2013.
Extended stay America.
No.
No,
Well, that's where I
In-Town
started. Yeah,
Suites.
but that's where I started. It was
In-town
ESA.
suites, yeah.
But
Second floor.
yeah, 4 years later, I'm pulling an overnight shift, and I was walking the property. I was up on the second. I don't know if I was on second or third, but right next door to us, in the next lot, there was a Lynn's Buffet, a little Chinese spot. But that parking lot was on the back side of the building, and it's probably like 2:00 in the morning, and I'm walking, and I didn't have my glasses on that night, mind you. I'm blind without them, and I remember looking over to the right in the parking lot. And I see this figure walking with a fucking dress, like a swaying dress. And it was like slow motion. And I looked back to the front. And then I took a double look to the right. And I looked. And then all of a sudden, it's like my heart started pounding. I got this feeling in my stomach and like the goosebumps was everywhere. And I was like, oh, hell no, there's no way. Like, I look again, this shit's gone. I was like, there's no fucking way. Like, I got to be tweaking. So I started singing gospel, you know what I'm saying? I had to get right with the Lord for that moment, you know what I'm saying? And I got back to my room and I was like, I ain't want to go out for the rest of the night. I was like, maybe I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have my glasses on. So I shove it off like it's because I didn't have my glasses. It didn't really happen.
Well, that's crazy
I
because
have
210, let me tell mine because mine falls in line with the hotel. 210 on the second floor.
Okay.
I had it was an empty room. We were showing it, and remember back in those days, we would give people the key, have them go up there, take a look at it, or whatever, right? Well, the gentleman came back downstairs and he said, "I'm sorry, you gave me a key to an occupied room." I looked in the computer. I said, "No, that room is empty. No, there was a little girl sitting on the bed watching TV." What? Okay, so I brushed it off or whatever, and then me and Jennifer went up to room 210. And you know, y'all remember how I used to shut everything down, turn the lights off, and go with my phone through the house and shit like that, right? To see if I could see orbs and shit. Me and her went into that room. We shut off the lights and we had the blackout curtains or whatever. We had the phone on record. And we're sitting there and it got feeling a little eerie, a little odd. And then all of a sudden, out of the corner of the room, a big old orb light just came at us really, really quick and fast. And we darted out that room, but that was in 210 on the second floor. So I do feel like there was something there. There have been plenty of stories I had, but Omi,
That's
what do you
crazy.
got?
I had one that I was laying in my bed and we had a German Shepherd named Lady, and she was on the bed too. And, you know, we were just watching TV and all kinds of stuff. And then all of a sudden, Lady looks at the corner in my bedroom and she was just looking and growling and growling and growling. There was something there. I don't know what it was, but there was something there because she was just growling and looking at the corner. And I said, what's wrong? What's wrong? She wouldn't turn around. She just looked. And then all of a sudden, everything was okay.
Yeah, you can feel
So
when
I
something's
have
around.
no clue what was there because I didn't see anything, but the dogs saw something.
Dogs and kids can usually see things. Malik?
I don't think I have an experience. I mean, I used to have night terrors, like you all know, and I don't know where the fuck those came from.
Dad.
But I've always been prone to like feeling the shift in the air, like the energy shift. Although I've never actually experienced anything supernatural. It's just like a feeling I get, like those goosebumps, that weird feeling in your stomach. I've had those a few times. The feeling that somebody's watching you, so you're constantly like doing this when you're walking down the hall.
Mm-hmm.
But I've never seen or anything like that.
No. There was a house that we moved into, me and Omi. Omi, you remember the house we moved
Oh,
into? It was on
shit.
Aaron Street.
On
Yeah.
Aaron Street.
Yeah,
I knew you was
and
gonna say that.
when we first got the house, when I was there, when it was still empty, I took pictures of all the rooms. It was empty, and then we moved in or whatever, and got the pictures back, and like everything was fine in all the pictures except for the master bedroom. The master bedroom had 5 orbs, 2 big ones and 3 little ones. And then there was when we first moved in, we were hanging pictures up. Well, there were 2 incidents. The one was the light. So Omi and Micaiah were downstairs in the living room watching TV. We were getting ready to go to bed. So I was going to go upstairs and turn the AC on upstairs because we had upstairs and downstairs ACs. So I'm walking up the stairs and it's dark. We just moved in, had only been there a couple days, and didn't know where the switch was. So I said, God, I wish the light would turn on. Right when I said that to myself, the light turned on. I looked over the banister to see if maybe it was Omi or Micaiah, but they were still sitting on the couch watching the TV. Light came on. I'm like, okay, this is really freaky. Then I was hanging up pictures in that house one day. I was up in my room. I had the hammer up there and the doorbell. Remember
Shit,
that, Mom?
Yeah, I
The
remember
doorbell
that.
rang. So I went downstairs to check the door, answer the door, whatnot. And then when I was done, I went back upstairs. As I'm going up the banister, I'm taking my hands and I'm tapping on the banisters as I'm walking up. And my hand hit something. I turned around and looked, and it was the hammer. That hammer was not downstairs. I did not bring it downstairs. So there was something truly eerie in that house, because when I moved out of that house, I was in my bedroom packing up the closet and I was by myself and I felt uncomfortable. So I went downstairs to my neighbor and I said, hey, I'm packing up the last of my house, but I'm feeling a little uncomfortable. Can you come over there and sit with me? She said, what room are you in? I said, I'm in my bedroom. She was like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. And she came over there. Now, I don't know what was going on, but the story was that there was a military family that lived there. They went on vacation one day. They packed up to go to vacation. They never fucking came back. So don't know, but that was eerie. That was wild.
So you took somebody's house. What you saying?
What do you mean I took somebody's house? We were renting it.
They never came back.
Yeah.
Oh, no, they came back. They just
Yeah, they came
that scared
back.
the shit out of me. We over here talking about supernatural, and then they pop out the corner.
Aaron, have you had any experiences?
I think I've had a lot of eerie feelings, like eerie situations.
Anything in particular?
I don't know. Not one that I can actually like pinpoint right now. Have y'all ever experienced sleep paralysis?
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yep.
I had that for the first time a few years back. I had always heard of it, but when I experienced it, like there was no feeling like that. That was like the worst feeling ever.
Helpless for sure.
Yes,
You
like
can't
what
move, right?
is
That
this?
shit gave me
Yeah.
goosebumps when you brought it up. Fucking eyes got
Yeah.
watery and everything. Nah, for
Yeah,
real.
it is a wild experience, and I always like that is so weird to me. Like, what is that? I try to do my research and Google like where your consciousness is when you fall like half sleep, or like why it happens, but I still don't get it. I still don't understand it. But the fact that so many people have experienced it, it's a weird feeling for sure.
I've never had
But
that. Have you had that? You've had that too?
What is that?
It's where you what is it? It's like you wake up but you can't move, right?
You don't actually.
like
You're still
I couldn't
asleep,
even, yeah.
but
Or you
you're
don't feel like you are.
yeah, you're awake, but your body is not like your brain is not fully awake. Almost like you ever heard of like not sleepwalkers, but like people who can astral project.
Yeah.
It's not astral projection, but there's a form of like it's similar. You're asleep, but you're not really asleep, and you can't move. You're like stuck.
You're like in between like in between something is what it like. Yeah, you're stuck is the best way.
I do.
I remember when I had it, I felt like I remember laying in bed, and to me, I thought I was awake, and I thought like I can only describe it as like I know it sounds crazy, but like Grim Reaper, but it was a terrible like a like a dark figure coming towards me, and I felt like I was about to die. Like I felt like my life was ending, and I was trying to scream. I was trying so hard to scream, but no sound was coming out. But I felt myself crying, but no sound was coming out. Like nothing was happening, but it was just like this impending doom. Like I'm like death is about to just jump on top of me. It was the worst.
I had this one experience. I was at my ex's house and she was out of town somewhere and I was asleep. Or I was trying to fall asleep, but I couldn't, like I had to go turn on the light in her fucking living room. Cause for whatever reason, I was sitting there and I was trying to like knock myself out and I kept feeling like I needed to like look in that direction. Like I needed to keep an eye on that direction of the house. So I was like, I'm gonna just go over here. She had dimmed the lights. So I went over there, I dimmed the light, and that shit didn't help. Went back to the bed. I guess eventually I fell asleep, but there was a moment where I woke up and I'm staring directly into like her kitchen area. And I feel this like sense of like how Aaron described, like doom, like danger, like get the fuck out, run, scream, do something, right? And I was trying to like move my body. I knew there was a part of me that knew I was kind of tripping or I was asleep or I was dreaming or something. So I was like, let me just try to like move. Like, if I can move, I can like protect myself. I could not fucking move my body. Like I'm sitting there staring in the corner, like or staring outside of the door. And I'm like, nah, like if I can move, I'll be all right. And I'm like, I'm trying to move and I cannot move, and that feeling intensifies and eventually I guess I woke myself up. I like sprung out of like the bed. Like all of the power I was trying to use initially to move came out in that exact moment, and I like sprung out of the bed and that feeling went away. I did not sleep the rest of the night.
Wow.
I don't know what the fuck that was, but I was terrified.
Wow.
And then you feel helpless, like
Yeah.
where you want to move so bad, but you can't. And it's like you just feel so helpless.
Like something is
I do-
holding you there.
Yeah. I do remember, and this happened at the same place too. I remember there was a time, me and Jason, and it was both of us. So that made it even more like it wasn't just one of us hearing shit. Like we were laying there, and I think I was sick at the time, like so sick, like out of it sick. And we were laying in bed, and all of a sudden we both heard like a growl. Like it sounded like an animal, like a dog, or we both like we really heard a dog growling in the room. And we both like looked, and he was like, "You heard that too?" We both heard it. So not both of us were crazy, but we don't have a dog. We didn't have a dog, but we both heard a dog growling in the bedroom.
That's
like it was right there next to us. Yeah.
That's crazy. So y'all believe in demons?
Hell yeah. If there's
Yeah.
good, there's evil.
Exactly.
That's right. Where's there good, there's evil.
Mm-hmm.
Balance of powers.
Do you think we have do you think we have demons walking the earth?
I think we are demons.
Do you think we are? No, are you being serious right
No,
now?
I'm dead ass.
No,
I feel like I don't have those like she was just mentioned that, you know, the demonic growl and all that shit. Like I feel as though I don't experience those. I feel like, you know, as crazy as it sounds, for years I felt as though I might have been the Antichrist.
That's a wicked
But then
statement.
Trump
Nah,
came.
facts. Let's not do politics. Right now.
Oh
Let's
my
not do
God.
politics. Don't disrespect the commander in chief.
Why would you think you were the Antichrist?
I don't know. It was a feeling.
Because he believes.
You need to elaborate on that, my guy, because that is not your everyday feeling.
I know, right? You
Wild.
can't say that and then
I
just
don't know.
drop
It's
it.
like you know, Satan was an angel at one point too. You know what I mean? So I feel like every time I walk into a church, you know, it burns a little bit.
Stop
so to
playing.
speak.
Now you playing.
No, I'm dead ass.
Oh.
I'm dead ass. I'm dead ass. Every time I walk into a church, I get this
But
weird
that's
ass
not the
feeling.
Antichrist.
That's just your
You-
conscience.
That's just
your-
you being sinful and
Yeah.
feeling conviction, my guy.
I'm not sinful though. I feel like I am
You're
a
being. That's like the Lord working on you, talking about you fucking up, Tramel.
Yes.
Yes, and he believes in Donald Trump. That's why.
Oh
I think
Lord.
I think we all, to Tramel's point, we all have some version of evil in us.
I think
wouldn't
we
nec-
can be evil. I don't necessarily think that we are demons. I think
Yeah,
we can.
I don't know if I
Evil
would
or
necessarily
sinful?
say.
Yes.
Well, I say
they go hand in hand.
yeah, I say evil because, like I said earlier, if you have good, you have evil. They're a balance of powers, just like black and white. And like everybody can be a murderer if you think about it. You just gotta flip the right switch. You know what I mean? So, to his point, like we're all demons. I don't necessarily think that we're all demons, but I do think that we can possess an evil power for sure.
So everybody can be a murderer, but do you ever think about being able to murder somebody and know you'll get away with it?
Hell no.
Or in your head be like, okay, well, I got to do this, and this.
Is that what
And
you do?
I know it'll never come back to me.
Is that what
I
you
ain't
do?
never thought about that.
I'm just a thinker, right? I've thought about it before. Not saying, yo, I'm going to murder somebody, but
Oh,
if I
shit.
was a murderer, right, in my head, I've already put together like, okay, well, this is how people get caught.
Mhm.
This is what you have to do to make sure your fingerprints aren't there, to make sure your foot impressions aren't there, to make sure you leave no DNA behind, to make sure you have an alibi, all this shit. Like I think about all that shit, but that's just me being a lover of
That's
crime
your,
and shit.
That's
You know what I
your,
mean?
that's your
Crime,
criminal
yes.
justice education speaking right
Facts.
now. Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think the same way. I think that because of, I've consumed so much true crime. Like I feel like I feel like I could get away with it, but like morally, like I don't think that I could ever take someone's life unless I was in a situation where it was like me or them and I was forced to. I don't think I could ever just take someone's life. But if I ever had, like, I feel like I could do it and not get caught. But this is problem number one, is to even admit that on a fucking podcast to begin with.
Well, that's why I'm bleeding my
Wild.
part out, but I'm gonna leave yours in.
Edit that shit. I am never gonna kill nobody.
So here's a
Well,
question for y'all. If you had to survive a true crime scenario, are you making it out or nah?
Hell yeah.
Yo,
You making it out?
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
we are not the
There's no
23-year-old
guarantee.
white girl in the horror
I'm
movie.
the one that won't make it out. I'm gonna be real honest.
Nah, because you're gonna be tripping over a bookshelf that's
I
in
am.
a corner.
I'm gonna be
and-
that one that gets to the door and can't fucking open an unlocked door.
Facts.
That's gonna be me.
Facts.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
Nah, Malik
is-
being as
And
athletic as he is, he's out
that
that
is-
motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm
He's gone.
I'm out that bitch. first open window I see, motherfucker.
No,
What?
wait. Have you ever like heard anything, heard a noise or whatever, and went to go investigate? You know, like in the movies, it's the white people always going to investigate and getting unalived 1st. Yeah, do y'all ever do that?
No,
I have.
I don't.
I have by myself, but I have a gun. So there was a couple of times where the kids will come and tell me I heard something outside. And I don't even have a peephole on my door, but my ass will get my gun and come outside and walk to the backyard and investigate. But I have my gun with me. I would never come outside
But
by
here's the problem
myself.
with that. Here's the problem with that, because if you shoot somebody outside your house, you going to jail. You got to drag them in.
No, I wouldn't drag him in. No, I wouldn't
Why
drag him
would you
in.
drag
I-
him in? No, you
I'm
just
saying-
gonna have to take the L and go to jail.
That's
Like,
what
yeah, I'm
I'm
gonna
saying.
shoot
She
you
would
outside
never-
my house.
No.
My family is safe.
He's
I'd
on
rather-
my property.
It don't
If he's
matter.
on my
Still.
property,
It don't
No.
matter.
either way, I won't come outside without my gun. But there was a situation a couple of weeks ago where a guy was knocking. Did I tell y'all about the guy who was knocking on Jersey's window?
No.
No.
Oh, hell
There,
no.
so there is a homeless guy, but this time my ass did not come to investigate. I got my gun, but I looked out the window like I said, if I come outside, I'm gonna have to shoot him, and I did not want to have to shoot him, but I didn't see him. But and I'm pretty sure I knew who it was. There is this guy who's always in this area. I think he's homeless. He's definitely on drugs, but he's always in this area. Well, one morning at like 5 o'clock in the morning, which is crazy work because she normally leaves around that time when she has to like drive back to school. Sometimes when she stays the night here, it was like 5 o'clock in the morning. She came and woke me up, and she was like, "Mom, somebody's banging on my window." And I'm like, what? So I jump up, grab my gun. I come to her window. I come to her room, and she's telling me like what's going on. I look out the window. I don't see him. She was like, he walked that way, and she kind of described him to me, and I didn't see him. So I stood there for a while, didn't see him. We eventually, after a while, ended up going back to bed. But she told me that she woke up because he was banging on her window, and for a quick second, she thought to open the door because she thought it was Jeremiah. Luckily, she called him and he was like, no, I'm not over there. I'm not at the house. So she knew it wasn't Jeremiah, and that's when she came and got me. So luckily she wasn't all the way out of it where she just assumed it was Jeremiah and opened the door. But yeah, I'll come out and investigate, but not without my gun.
Nah, I be hearing sounds sometimes at the crib, but I just chalk it up to something in my head.
Yeah.
So I just
Yeah,
like,
that shit a lot, too.
she'll roll over in bed, babe, did you hear that? And I'm just like, hear what? Like, yeah, I heard it, but like it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like the thing with her is like she be wanting me to have my gun like locked up in a box in a closet. And I'm just like, what good does that do?
Yeah.
She's like, well, we have
Yeah.
little kids. I'm like, all right, you right, but I'm still not gonna lock it up in a box. You know what I'm saying? Where if I need it, can't, you know what I'm saying? Can't access it quick enough.
You need to get one of the ones with the fingerprint on it, where all you got to do is put your handprint on it and it opens up.
Nah, knowing my kids, they probably come there while I'm sleeping, put
Take
my
your
finger
hand
on
on
it.
it.
Grab your hand.
Take me out. This is what happens when you don't get me chips, Dad.
So I'm still one of those that I feel like if I put my head under the cover, if I can't see it, it can't see me.
It'll go away.
Yeah,
Facts.
I don't know why, but I am 60 years old and I still feel that way. Like, let me tell you, I woke up the other night, I was scared shitless. I don't know, I guess I was dreaming or whatever, but I was sleeping, I had my back to the door, and I woke up and I'm looking at the beanbag chair that I have next to it, and I was afraid to look at my door because in my head I saw Omi standing there.
What?
Yeah. That scared the fuck out of me. Omi.
Oh, do
Blame
you guys
the
remember?
fuck me.
Omi, do you remember when I don't know if you remember this, when we stayed with you for a little while at the townhouse and Kimani and Dante were babies? Do you remember when Kimani used to say Charlie? And he used to point, there was, Mom, we weren't talking at that time, but there, you remember the recliners that Omi had? She had one in the corner and one kind of by the door.
Yeah.
Kimani used to always, and he was maybe one, not even two at the time. He used to always point to behind the recliner or
Yeah.
point to the recliner that was in the corner and say Charlie. He used to always say the name Charlie. I never, like, it was always weird as fuck to us because who the fuck was Charlie? And we thought Opie, yeah.
Yeah.
We thought it was Opie, but yeah, that was weird too when we stayed there at that townhouse. That
That's
shit happened.
crazy. That's crazy.
Mhm.
I remember after he passed away, I had a picture of him, and we at the funeral. When we came home from the funeral, I remember walking into my room, and the picture was on the floor in the closet, upside down.
I remember that.
Yeah, so that was crazy. I was mad at him.
All right, I got a confession.
What's your? That wasn't.
That
you.
wasn't me.
He's so
Stop
stupid.
it.
He's so
Stop it.
stupid.
And then we had.
Do you guys have any true crime that stick with you?
The one true crime story that sticks with me that I think about all the time is one that I was listening to on the podcast coming to Austin, driving by myself, coming to Austin. And I listened to the podcast about the yogurt murders here in Austin.
Where we set them on fire.
Yeah, you set them on fire and, did a bunch of other horrible things to these girls. But it's like, I'm driving, I'm like, I'm about to move to Austin. And
He did what? The nigga was setting niggas on fire?
well, yeah,
Little girls,
it
yeah.
was. I think it was back in the '80s. I think, if I'm not mistaken, but it was 4 young girls working in a yogurt shop right there on Anderson Lane.
I think it's still open.
No, it's not.
It's not open anymore?
It's not open anymore. But yeah, they were unalived in there. 4 young girls. The
He set
youngest
the
was
place
14.
on fire?
No, the girls set the girls on fire.
Like individually.
Yeah, he murdered them
What
and set
the
them on
fuck?
fire.
Oh,
yeah.
you gotta watch. You gotta listen to that podcast.
You gotta listen to the podcast. Yeah,
That's
that podcast
crazy.
stays in my mind. But another one that, and I just saw a clip about this one the other day. Was a young kid in Georgia that was found rolled up in the
In the
mat.
Mhm.
Aaron, you
wrestling
remember
mat.
that
They
one?
try to say that he dropped his basketball shoe inside.
Well, him and his
Yeah,
friend
yeah.
supposedly shared basketball shoes, and that's where they supposedly left him. So he
Yeah,
went in there
inside
to
the
get
mat.
it.
So
Yeah.
he went in head first, apparently, to go
We're
grab
talking
him.
about Kendrick Johnson.
Kendrick
Yeah.
Johnson. Yeah,
Yep.
and I'm not buying
Mhm.
that at all. And that still is unsolved to this day.
It is
but
possible though. those motherfucking mats are not gonna unroll.
Nah. If you listen to the podcast and you listen to like the details of how they found him, and like when you get down to the technical, like that seems wild.
And then the
Ain't
fact
no
that
way.
the camera
Cameras were
glitched.
cutting out.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
no. And then the kid, supposedly his father was part of the police
Was it
force.
FBI?
I think it was FBI. Yeah, his dad was. But yeah, I don't buy that at all.
Think
Like
his daddy
those are
killed
the
him?
two podcasts that really stand out a lot to me. And I love Aaron. Remember we were driving and we had Jersey in the back and we were coming back. I think it was Jeremiah's game. I think right, and it was late
I
at
think
night,
so.
and we were listening to crime stories.
Crime junkies.
It wasn't Crime Junkies. It was something else we were listening to.
Mm-hmm.
And
I remember.
yeah, and Jersey was like, "This is eerie." The music,
Yeah.
on the show was
Mhm.
eerie. But yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know why we do that to ourselves.
I know. And I was talking about this with somebody the other day because I have not, y'all know I was bad with it. Like I had nothing but crime podcasts and rotations, and that was all that I was consuming all day, every day. And I think it weighs on you. I think it like that energy like attaches to you. So I feel like I had to take a break. But I'm so like I miss it. It's weird saying stuff like that, but I miss it. So I want to get back into listening and get back to my podcast. But there are a couple, I don't know if you guys have heard, I'm going to tell y'all a few of them. So I want y'all to go listen to them. But Mom, you might know a couple of them. So there is one, I don't know if y'all know, I think her name is Tamla Horsford. I think she was a mom. She was a Black woman who went to a sleepover. It was adult sleepover. It was a girls' night. All of the women there were white. And it was her first time getting out, having girls' night. She was a mom of 5, I want to say. And she decided to get out, go to the sleepover. And she was found. Why can't we say dead on the podcast?
You can.
You can.
This ain't TikTok.
Yeah, that's only TikTok. I say unalive.
Unalive. She used to be on TikTok. But no, she was found dead at the bottom, like it was a regular house, like a 2-story
Like
house.
she fell, like supposedly she fell off the
Supposedly fell. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
She supposedly fell off the balcony. Her injuries did not match up, but again, it was a weird scenario. So Tamla, I think it's Tamla Horsford. But yeah, and I don't think that was ever solved.
No.
From the last I heard, I don't think it was ever solved. But again, very eerie circumstances. Cops arrived and the women were like, nobody seemed to be shaken up. Like she was joking. And even from the reports that I heard, like kind of flirting with the cops that came on scene, and very weird circumstances. That was never solved.
Rest in
Another
peace
one-
to Tamla.
Tamla
But-
Horsford.
Yeah, rest in peace. But as a grown up, why are you going to a sleepover?
with a bunch of white
When-
women.
When you got 5 kids
We're
at home.
we're not doing that. We are not doing that.
I'm
We're
just
not
saying,
doing that.
like,
But
can you see yourself going to a sleepover?
I've had girls' nights. So if you go over to your girl's house and you guys have too much to drink and you decide that you want to stay the night, like,
Are you going
that's
to a
not- we not-
sleepover? Are you going to a sleepover with nothing but white women?
well, listen. Anyways, that one sticks with me. And then there is another one. I don't know if you've heard Lavina Johnson. She was a Black woman in the military, and her death was ruled a suicide. Even though, like, there was evidence of like burn, like, I don't want to get too graphic, but the details surrounding and her injuries. And I want to say that she had like chemical burns on her body. She had like a broken nose, like injuries to her face. And I want to say the weapon was a shotgun, which is crazy work. But the details surrounding that, it was ruled a suicide. But again, the details, if you guys go back and listen to that does not sound like suicide. And then one that is a disappearance, which is those are the eeriest ones when there's no like solution at the end. Those drive me nuts when
Yes.
there's like no answer. And the one that always sticks with me, and I've seen all different versions and reports of this case, but this boy's name was Bryce Laspisa. I think he was like 19 years old. He was a college student. And the details around his case are so weird because he was acting strange for days leading up to his disappearance.
That's the
but
one
he
where he
was-
was driving, right? He was going home to his parents. Yes.
Yes, he was driving home from school to his parents. And it was like, I have something to talk to you guys about when I get there. But she said that he seemed fine. Everything was fine. But he stopped on the side of the road. Cops pulled up on him, and he was just sitting in the car. Very strange circumstances. They called the mom, and she talked to him. He was like, I'm sorry I had to just pull over, but I'm on my way now. I should be there by such and such time. And then hours go by, and he's still sitting at the same exact spot. And like a tow truck guy, like hours go by and he's still in the same spot. He starts driving and then ends up in the same area. And then in the morning, his vehicle is found. I want to say his vehicle is found in water. And there's very little traces of blood. The window was broken out. All of his stuff was there, but he was never found. Like no evidence. It's one of the strangest cases that I've ever heard. And he's to this day has still never been found.
Yeah, I remember.
But it was
hearing that
so
too.
eerie.
Yeah.
Those missing cases will drive you nuts because you just want answers. I could only imagine like being family and not have that's wild.
Yeah.
This true crime is crazy.
Eric, you listen to
But
true
it's so fascinating.
What's up?
Do you ever listen to true crime?
Not anymore.
No?
No, I got different. I mean, not anymore. No.
Okay. No?
No.
I used to
gotta
always
go
listen to it. I
those.
used to watch Unsolved Mysteries. I used to watch
Mhm.
48, and Aaron, I was the same way with you. I was like hooked on that stuff. And then I had to get away from it too. It's like, wait, I can't be all I do. My whole life consumes around somebody's
Yes.
death or somebody's disappearance or something. Like, this is too much. I can't do it.
I think like being in hospitality, all the dead bodies
Oh,
that you
yeah.
see,
Yeah.
it's like you kind of just like
Yeah.
you see another one, you hear somebody dies, and it's kind of just like, damn, there's another one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it don't leave you feeling no kind of way.
At the hotel that we worked at, we had 4 deaths, 2 at a time, and they were exactly 1 year apart. Remember, we
I
had
remember the dude who
the
hooked his
dude
head
who-
up to a helium,
helium
bag.
bag, yeah, that
bled
was-
through the bed, and then a few
Yes.
doors over, dude shot
He
himself. in the
did
shower.
what?
he took a helium machine, put a bag over his head, and turned the helium machine on. So basically, his head exploded.
Yeah,
Oh,
bled through the
my
mattress and
God.
everything.
Yes.
That was in room 336.
Yes, and then we had
What
another
the
guy.
f-
Yeah, and then we
Oh,
had another
wow.
guy who came down the night before, paid. He was a Walmart supervisor.
330.
Yep, paid for his room and sat there and had a conversation with us and said, "Hey, have you ever had anything crazy stuff happen here, like somebody kill themselves or whatever?" And Jennifer was talking to him or whatever. And so the next day, we went to go check. Or no, he called.
He called.
He called, yeah. And the cops came or whatever. He had taken and put a chair in the shower and then shot himself
Yeah.
in the shower.
And then the room downstairs, second floor, I think it was 232. That dude literally just had a heart attack
Yep.
on the side of his bed, died right there. And then I think it was 142 on the first floor close to the office. That lady, I think she
She was
just she drank too much,
drank too
fell and hit
much.
her head on the
Yep.
dresser and
The
bled
guy,
out.
the guy that you're talking about, the one upstairs, I remember Yoli couldn't get in the room. So I went
Mhm.
over there and I popped the latch and he's laying on the bed, half on the bed, half off the bed. He's already distended. His body was already big. You saw all the like red veins go through him. You knew he was dead. And I called 911. She was like, "Is he alive?" And I said, "No, he's gone." "How do you know?" "Because I can tell." Like I was going to give him mouth to mouth, but it was obvious that he was already gone. And the same thing with the lady who hit her head. I walked in and saw that too. And you don't ever forget stuff like that. That stuff stays with you.
No, and when I left to Houston, I want to say I had 4 in Houston over the 4 or 5 years that I was there. I think the first one I went home to El Paso on vacation, and I came back. It was summertime, and I was like, let me just stop by and check on Gary and see how he's doing. And the police were there, Webster PD, and they had it all taped off. And I guess this dude had got drunk and fell asleep in his car, and ended up pretty much, just baking to death. Middle of the summer.
Oh my God.
Yep. I had another dude. His name was Byron Miller. Rest in peace, Byron. He was a cool dude. He was out there. He was like a plant manager at one of the plants in Houston. And he got into a car accident and had hurt his back. So they gave him prescription pills. And with him not going to work, he started drinking because he fell into depression and started mixing his pills and his alcohol. And I remember he showed up to the office one night after we had closed already, and Bob was there to do the on-call stuff. And I guess he got locked out of his room. And so Bob walked out of his room and found him passed out right there in front of the office door. So he calls EMS. They come, and instead of EMS taking him to the hospital, they walked him back up to his room. So mind you, this is, I want to say, the 22nd of December. So on the 23rd of December, I'm sitting there at work with Gary, and Byron's daughter shows up. She's like, yo, I haven't heard from my dad. You know what I'm saying? Can we check on his room or whatever? So me and Gary go up there and go to open the door. She's right behind us. So we open it up, and I can see his foot stretched out on the floor in front of the door. So we told her, like, hey, just go wait for us at the office. And sure enough, that night when EMS walked him back up to his room, he got in his room and literally right behind the door, fell right back down, and he died right there.
Why did
Room
they
309.
Take him?
Have no idea. Questions I still need answers to, or would like to have had answers to. And then I think my last one in Houston was literally my last day in Houston before I moved to Austin. And I remember usually, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers come and pay by 11 o'clock, or they just check out, leave the keys in the room. I had a guest come up and he was like, yo, my AC's not working. I was like, all right, let me go swap it real quick. Gary's already gone. I'll go swap it for you real quick. I'll pull it from this room. So I went over to go get it. I think it was from like 246. And 245 is right next door. It's the room that this kid was in. His car's gone, whatever. But his door's cracked. So I knock, nobody answers. I push the door open, and I can see a phone still sitting on the bed. So I walk in, and I look to the right, and I can see on top of the fridge, it was some money and I think a hoodie. And so I can hear the shower running, and I'm like, fuck. So I walk to the bathroom, and sure enough, he stretched out in the shower. He overdosed earlier that morning. And I remember Gary being like, hey, you know what I'm saying? We had EMS and Webster PD here this morning, but they said that they had the wrong address. So I called EMS again. They came out, and the paramedic that came out, he was crying on the balcony, and he was saying that they got a call that morning, but the address was for the Stay Bridge right next door. So they went over there looking for the kid, and he happened to be with us.
Wow.
And what happened was, I guess he was partying with his girlfriend and a homeboy. He ended up overdosing. So they drug him in the shower to turn on the cold water to see if he would wake up. He didn't wake up.
And they bounced.
They took off in his car and left.
Wow.
And that was my last day in Houston. And then, of course, I got to Austin. Didn't really have no issues in Austin until I started traveling, and I was in Denver. Denver, that was crazy. Task Force was cool. But I remember I used to be in Denver. I think I would get there on Wednesday, work Wednesday, Thursday, and dip on Friday. So I remember one of the staff members being like, yo, like there's a trash smell on the second floor. Can't figure out where it's coming from though. I was staying on the third floor in the apartment. So you know what I'm saying? We're not gonna go knock on every door and see who has trash. And then I remember coming back the following week and it being so strong. So we called 911 and they came to do a welfare check on an older couple. And so the old man opened up the door and that smell instantly came out. So what happened was his wife was a diabetic. It was an older couple. His wife had passed away in the bed like a week or two before that. And he was in shock that he didn't say nothing to nobody. He would still get his clean linen, his towels and shit, and then go lay right back in bed with her.
Oh my God.
And she decomposed in the bed. When I tell you we had to strip the whole room, I remember having a contractor come out and he was like, well, I didn't bring my hazmat suit. I'm just going to get pictures to see what needs to be replaced in the room. So I went with him, and as soon as he opened up the door, that smell came out, and I was like, yo, bro, like I'm going back to the office. Let me know if you need me. And he came down coughing. He was like, I knew I should have had my suit on. He was like, I got to go home and shower. This is disgusting. And I'm like, yeah, bro. Like, this shit was nasty.
I'm still on the poor old man.
Yeah. And it's crazy, right? So they took him to a psych ward, right? And he sat there for about a week or whatever, and they released him. This man called back and was asking if he could check back in. And I was like, unfortunately, my man, no, I can't check you back in. He's like, well, why? I didn't do anything. And I'm like, the fact that you didn't do anything is why I can't check you back in. And that was it. And then, of course, I ended up in Arizona for 8 months. And in Arizona, we had 2 deaths while I was there. We had one guy who was, I think he was a caretaker for another gentleman in a wheelchair. And the caretaker ended up having a heart attack, and he died in the room.
The caretaker.
The
did.
caretaker did. No dirty
Wow.
cleanup or nothing. And then on the first floor, we had a cancer patient who ended up dying in the room. And before anybody could discover he was there, of course, you know, all the fecal matter and all that stuff came out. So yeah, that was, yeah. But it seems like the more bodies that you see,
You
it
get
kind of just like,
desensitized.
yeah, you know,
They
it don't
numb to
bother
it.
you. The first one is like, God damn, bro, like what is this? And then after that, it's just like, oh, okay, another body.
Another body.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember when we lived in Germany, I had gotten my EMT license and we were transporting people and it was like family day or whatever. So everybody was out there with their family and everything. And we were transporting a body from wherever, from the morgue to the mortuary on base. And when we got there, the guys that were there, they were like eating chips, having a good time. And then they were like talking shit about the body we were bringing. And it really offended me because that was actually the first dead body I had ever seen. That was a long time ago. But it's like he was in a training exercise and he blew the back of his head out with a claymore mine. But when they had him, they unzipped the body bag in front of me and they took his hair flap and pulled it up.
Oh gosh.
So my vision was a hole
Mhm.
in the back of his head. And I remember the apartment we lived in Germany, it was kind of like L-shaped. And I used to remember sitting there thinking, this man is going to walk around this corner. I'm going to see this man walk around the corner of my house. It was so traumatizing. It really was. But then as time goes on and the more you see, it's kind of like by the time I got to the hotel and we had those, when I walked in on those two that were there, it was like, okay, another one. You know, it's
Another
and not trying to be like desensitized to it, but it's just the fact that this is part of what we do, right? In a hotel, especially, we see that a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, have you ever?
Only dead body I've seen was my best friend.
And that was at
At his funeral.
Mhm.
Yeah. Me too. I've never, aside from funerals, I've never seen a deceased person. Never. I couldn't even imagine. I'm still thrown. Like I don't think I've recovered from the helium story. Like
Oh, that shit was wild.
what the fuck?
That
Like
shit
what
was
an
wild.
odd way to take yourself out. Like what was the
painful death.
thought?
Like I said, he
Yeah.
bled through the bag, through the mattress, the box spring, and all of that.
yeah.
Like was his head completely like we don't even got to get into it because I'm already traumatized.
I mean, you
but
just think
that's
about it. What
wild.
does helium do?
I mean, yeah, that's wild.
Okay, so I mean, ain't nothing. I mean,
Yeah.
use your imagination. It's like we've seen the movies, right? We've seen all those crazy ass movies. This was one of them crazy ass movies in life. But yeah, that was crazy. That was
That's
crazy.
wild.
Ooh, all
Wow,
right.
wow.
Well, we know who's making it out and who is not. I am definitely gonna be the one not making it out of anything. All right.
She
well,
gonna try to hide under the bed.
I am.
They gonna
I'm
come
put
pull her
covers-
feet.
Yeah,
You better at least
yeah,
have a
yeah.
knife with you or something. Stab
What?
the toes.
What?
I said you better at least have a knife with you or something.
No,
stab the
listen. In my,
toes.
I do have. Well, I did. I slept with a hammer next to my bed and also a pocket knife. So. the
I'll be
hammer-
trying to get an AR pistol, and she ain't going for it.
Well, I wouldn't go for it either. Like.
You ever seen it, Malik?
AR pistols?
Yeah. Shit fire.
I went to a gun convention a couple weeks back with some homies, and he bought himself an AR, 5.56 rounds.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
Them AR pistols be shooting 5.56 too.
What's the point of having a weapon that's so powerful?
I mean, in the state of Texas, you can open carry. So.
I know, but why would you want to open carry something that would do that kind of damage?
I'm not all for open carry. I still conceal. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's legal out here or whatever, I still conceal as best as I can.
The fact, what bothers me about Texas is we are an open carry, but you cannot, like as law enforcement, you cannot ask somebody to see their license. So,
There's no license no more.
what
You
I'm,
can have one, but you don't need it.
but that's what I'm saying. It's like anybody can fucking walk around with a gun.
Mm-hmm.
It's
That's what open
crazy.
carry means.
I know, but it's crazy. With all this nonsense that's going on and all these shootings that are, I started to say
Yeah,
pew
but-
pewing. When all these shootings that are
Oh my
going,
god.
Guns don't kill people though. People kill people.
Pew pew pew.
no, I know people kill
People are
people,
the
but people
problem.
ain't in the right mind anymore. Like people just going off the deep end. They get offended so easily. And what do? Like I was watching, what is it, Fit Fam from El Paso?
Mm-hmm.
And there was I think Aaron, I think I shared it with one of y'all. Y'all shared it with me, but it was a fist fight, a bunch of kids fist fighting. All of a sudden, somebody ran to the car, went and got a gun, started shooting. Like,
yeah, Don Tripp said niggas forgot how to fight. You
Yeah,
gotta
that's
shoot
what
them
I'm
if you punch
saying.
them.
yeah, it's like nobody
Mhm.
remembers how to fight anymore. They want to go grab a gun and like end somebody's life over something silly, like stepping on somebody's shoes at the club. I mean,
You feel as though like people don't need to be carrying guns and shit like that, but when you think back to the Walmart shooting in El Paso, if there were multiple people like who had concealed carry or whatever, who had firearms, how quick it could have stopped. You know what I'm saying? How much damage could have been prevented.
yeah, no, I get it. I mean, I get it. I see it both ways. It just scares me. Like, and that
I
Walmart
think
shit.
because the world that we live in, it makes sense for other people because we know bad guys are going to have guns. Like, because it's so easy for them to get their hands on it, we already know there's no question the bad guys are going to have guns. So I like the idea that there are some good people that carry guns as well. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to have both sides. I just don't think that people should have fucking like AR style
Yeah.
weapons. Like
Why
that's
not?
There's no
wild. Like
reason.
military,
Those
like because
wartime
that's for
weapons.
there's only like the only purpose of those weapons are to kill like large amounts of things or people in a short amount of time. Like why does your average person need to have an AR? Like what? Why? For what reason? That's a
Yeah,
war weapon.
I get it.
That's a
I
war
feel.
weapon. That shouldn't be in the hands of your everyday person.
I agree.
I mean, your machine gun is different from your pistol, if we can all agree, correct?
Nobody should have a machine gun either.
Okay,
Ain't
no,
play
facts,
for
facts,
it.
facts. So
Mhm.
your AR still, your trigger still got to be pulled just like a pistol.
But an AR, like she said, is
It's
for
not
mass
automatic.
damage.
No, but it's not automatic. The same damage you can do with an AR, you can still do that with a pistol. They got 100-round drums. Like you can get 100 shots off the same way you can with
I
an
don't know.
AR.
I agree with Aaron. I don't think those weapons need to be on the streets. I really don't.
Like war weapons, yeah. Weapons of war should not be in the hands of everyday people. You should
Our
not just be
police
able to
officers
go
don't even
into.
have those.
Yes, they do.
They
don't-
should not have them. They should
But
not
they
have
do.
them.
The only people that
They
should
should
have
not.
those are soldiers and
Military.
only if they are in combat.
Why
Yes.
should police officers not have assault
Why
rifles?
would they need them? They can't even. I'm gonna step out of this one. I'm gonna be quiet. Go ahead, proceed.
All
Mom.
right. All right. Let's go ahead and just jump on to the next topic, which is about real life adulting. Okay, let's do a 9 to 5 reality check. Does life stop?
Over it.
Yeah, does life stop when you step into a 9 to 5?
What kind of
Over
life?
it.
What you mean?
Like, I think I had a conversation with Malik, and he's not here to defend himself right now, but we had a conversation one
Where
day.
is he?
He's coming back.
He's coming
He went
back,
to the
yeah.
bathroom. He's sitting down.
Oh,
We had a conversation one time, and he was like, once I get that 9 to 5, life is over. That was a conversation we had, and I was like, well, I don't understand. Explain that to me. So I'm gonna let him explain that.
Once you get the 9 to 5, life is over.
Yeah, that's a conversation you and I had. Like you were so against adulting, right? Because
No,
it's
I
like
wasn't that. I wasn't against
you know the
adulting.
streets, things.
I don't mean adulting like adulting. I just mean like the whole 9 to 5, the whole like this is it.
It's your norm. Like your
Yeah.
norm is over, and it's completely true, right?
Yeah.
It's true. Like if you're not working 9 to 5, let's take it back to high school, right? You go to school, you still get to talk to your friends, you have fun, you're doing whatever you want to do. You come out of school, you're not working. Your normal life, what you're used to, ends the moment you go back to work or
Right.
start a job. So for someone who is a gamer and you could sit there all day and play your game, or someone who wants to stay in the gym all damn day, or let me know what I'm gonna wake up at 9 o'clock and listen to this podcast, and then I'm gonna go work out or go for a run. When you start at 9 to 5, that's just done.
But that's why it's important when you choose something that you're going to do from 9 to 5, you choose something that you enjoy to do. That's the whole point. Like if you're a gamer, you go into creating games, or you go into the professional gaming. Like people make money playing fucking video games.
But that's not always.
I mean,
how
that's
life-
ideal, but
yeah.
I think the majority of us people, majority of Americans for sure, are not doing what they love to do. They're stuck in a job that they're doing out of necessity.
Is it
The
freedom
majority of
versus stability debate? Like, is it freedom? You have your freedom.
Stability is
And
always
stability.
going to win, though.
Stability is always going to win out.
We gotta
Mhm.
live. You know what I mean? As much as everybody wants to be free,
Yeah.
that's why you venture off and do other things outside of the 9 to 5 if you have the time and energy for it.
especially when you have a family to take care of. Finances matter. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
doing what you
Like
love
your
ain't
entire
always happening.
livelihood.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your entire livelihood and the livelihood of those that you are responsible for depends on that 9 to 5. So you may be in a 9 to 5 that absolutely drains you, that you hate, you dread going to, but you
Facts.
have no choice. You're stuck in a cycle because if you don't go to this 9 to 5, who's going to feed your kids? Who's going to pay for their house? Who's going to pay for their clothes? How are you guys going to survive? And the concept of like our hustle culture here, like we have, it's the worst. It's the absolute worst because the majority of us, I feel like, are stuck in a never ending loop. And I'm like, I told somebody the other day at work, like, this is not how God intended us to be. Like, we are not supposed to be living life like this. Like,
You
we
know,
go to work.
That's Adam's fault, right? Adam fucked it up for us all.
No, Eve
Nope.
fucked it up.
Eve was not given the commandment, my guy. It was Adam.
Adam, he told Adam.
Nothing happened when Eve bit that apple. Life was still fine. Nobody knew they were naked. As soon as Adam listened to Eve and ate that apple, shit went to shit. So
Well-
it was the man.
Yeah, the man. It's always the man.
Always the man.
Oh,
Yeah.
my Omi. I forgot Omi was even here. She's been so quiet.
Well, I was
She fell
listening
asleep.
to you guys.
She fell asleep on us.
Omi.
But you agree, right, Mom?
Huh?
You agree, right? It was Adam that
Of-
messed it up for
Of
the world.
course, it's the man's fault.
Yeah.
Always the man's fault.
Absolutely.
So what you're
Who
saying
cheats
is that we shouldn't listen to women. That's what you're saying.
No, you-
Women don't know
Cheats
no
all
better.
the time. Man cheats all the time.
What?
Oh my
Men have
God!
been
cannot
weak since the very beginning.
You cannot trust
From
no
the
man.
very beginning.
We're gonna
From
let
the
y'all
very
get this off because it's almost Mother's Day. So we're gonna let y'all get this off
Let
for
us
now.
have this one. Let us have this one. Let us
'Cause
have
y'all
this
are
Yeah.
full of shit.
Okay. Whatever.
All right. Well, you know, while we doing that, while we talking about men, let's go ahead and go to our final topic of the day: men versus women. Let's have that child support debate, y'all. Let's have that child
Oh
support
my
debate.
God! Yes.
Yeah. Is it necessary or is it a flawed system?
It's a flawed system.
Why?
Flawed system.
See,
Oh,
even she agrees. It's a flawed system.
Why do you think it's a flawed system?
It's a
Tramel?
flawed system because I feel as though child support, if it has to be paid, right, should be monitored. I feel as though you shouldn't be able to take your child support card and go get your nails done. You shouldn't be able to go to the club. It shouldn't be treated like a regular fucking bank card. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it needs to be monitored and used for the purpose of the child.
Is it okay to use child support to pay the rent?
Yes.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Partial.
Thank you.
I feel as though child support numbers, the amount of child support, should not be as high as it is for some people, right? Like you hear about these NBA players, these celebrities, and all that. $45,000, $30,000 a month in child
Yeah,
support.
that's crazy.
I think it's bullshit because at that point, I'm not paying for the child. I'm paying to uphold your lifestyle that you can't sustain by yourself. You know what I mean? I feel like women, men too, whatever, whoever's receiving the child support, you still have to pay for a roof over your head. You still got to pay for groceries. Now I get it.
I could go for a one-bedroom apartment versus if I had 3 kids, I got to get a larger apartment. So yes and no. I agree and I don't agree because yes, I still got to pay for rent, but if it's just me, I'm gonna have a 1-bedroom apartment paying $600 a month. Versus if I
Facts.
need 3 bedrooms, I'm gonna have to pay $800. So yeah, no, you might need to help contribute to your children's household.
Yeah, help contribute. Help.
Facts.
Help.
Yeah.
Not pay, not $1,500 a month in child support where it covers your whole rent. Like, no, I'll help. I feel as though shit should just be 50-50. I don't pay you child support. You don't pay me child support. I feel like women a lot of times hold that child support over a man seeing his kid. Oh, well, you didn't give me no money, so you can't have a relationship with your daughter. Like, no, that's bullshit.
There are women out there that do that absolutely and they're
Facts.
trash.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Facts.
I feel as though we had a child together. We went half on a baby. So let's go half on raising the baby. I'm not giving you shit.
But here's the thing, though, too, on that respect, I see and I hear what you're saying, but whoever is the primary caregiver of those children is the one that's paying more out because that person is taking care of everything that those children need. So the absent parent, I don't want to say absent parent as an absent parent, but the parent, the parent the children are not living with,
Non-custodial.
yeah, the non-custodial parent has it easier.
If you can't afford to take care of the life that you brought into this world, give that child
That's
to the
not what
other
it's
parent.
about.
Okay, so that's
Now, I
not-
feel that
That's
I feel
not
that
what
way.
it's about.
If me and
No.
Tuhei split,
Mm.
right? If me and Tuhei split, I know she's going to be able to do it by herself. She wouldn't ask me for child support.
And if she fell on hard times, she's supposed to just hand the kids over?
No, what I'm saying is, if you can't
What?
do it, bro, like give
That's
the
not really
kids.
fair. That's not.
So hold up, because there are married couples that struggle to raise families.
Yes.
So the concept of a single parent struggling to raise multiple children, like if you can't handle it, there are actual whole couples, 2-income households that are still struggling.
Which
to
kills
take care
me.
of
Which
kids.
kills me. You know, I be seeing shit on TikTok sometimes where motherfuckers be posting, being like, "Oh, 6 figures. The 6 figures is the new 30,000. Like, I'm broke. I can't do this. You know, we're married and we bring home $140,000 a year and we can barely afford groceries." Change your fucking lifestyle.
Hold
That
on,
shit's
yo.
fucking wild to
He's-
me.
He
Well,
did
at
the
that
front,
point,
but y'all
yeah,
still got to do
because
the back.
that's just ridiculous.
Nah, facts.
Yeah.
I feel like, bro, on before Suhey decided to go back to work, right? When she was pregnant with Iris, she had Iris. She took some time off or whatever. I was only making 80 and we were fucking solid, right? We got a
Mhm.
family of 5. We live in Austin. Rents are high. We were solid. So for anybody to say that at 80K, they can't do it is
Facts.
fucking wild.
No, I get you.
Facts, brother.
That
Preach,
is true,
brother.
that is true. But back
This
to what
motherfucker
you
here.
said. But what,
Let
back
me
to,
hang up real quick.
but what back to what you said about if they can't afford it, they should give it to the other parent. I don't think that's really fair either, because if you are in a relationship and you married or you live together, whatever, and you raising your kids, and then your relationship splits up and you break up and you ain't together no more, I don't.
Why do you get to keep the kids if you can't financially support them on your own?
Because it's not always just about financial.
Yeah.
If I feel like the other parent is well off financially, but I am more emotionally stable or in a position to actually hands-on raise children, then that makes more sense. I'm going to struggle and struggle financially, but at least I show up and I'm there for my kids. Just because you make more money doesn't mean you're necessarily the best fit to raise those children.
You throwing curveballs and trying
And-
to add variables to it. No, if we're both in the same situation, right? If we're both
You talking
loving
about
parents.
curveballs?
No, I'm just saying, if we're both loving parents and we both have relationships with our kids and I am better off financially, should I not be able to have those kids? Because I can give the kids a life that you can't?
I don't think that's really
That's
fair.
wild.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No, that's not
How
right.
is that wild?
And I think that goes back, and I think I am absolutely perfect to discuss this topic. And y'all already know I'm absolutely perfect because I have seen and witnessed and been a part of this particular topic from like different scenarios. So I've been involved in a situation where I witnessed a woman use that child support and that child as she weaponized it.
Yep.
It was about the money. It wasn't about, she could care less if that man had a relationship with his child. It was used for the wrong things and it was gone about in a terrible way, right? And then I've also witnessed and been a part of, like y'all already know, and this is a personal one, obviously, my relationship with Jeremiah and Jersey's dad. Anybody who knows us, anybody who has ever been around, anybody could tell you, me and Javi, it was a 50-50 all the way around the table. There was no need for child support. I never, not once, and y'all know I don't rock like that. Like, I'm not fixing to use my kid to be getting checks and stuff like that. I'm going to do what I got to do, paycheck, whatever, it is what it is. But mine and Javi, and it goes back to 2 adults doing what's best for the child. Anytime you have 2 mature parents who want what's best for the child, it can be figured out outside of court, right?
And I will
Because
tell
again,
you,
I do think it's a flawed system because unfortunately the non-custodial parents, and a lot of the times it's a dad, they do kind of get shitted on, and it's a reality, and I've seen it, and I feel bad for those men, especially the ones that want to be involved, and the money is just like the most important thing. But me and Javi, he had Jeremiah and Jersey, 3 days out the week. We had a schedule. It was routine. So that meant Javi had a room for his kids at his house. Javi took the kids to school. Javi, when it came like picture day, hey, you got this one, I got this one. When it came to sports, equally involved. When it came to, you know what I'm saying? Like he had to buy groceries for his household. I had to get groceries for my household. So there was no need for me to ever put him on child support because he was taking care of his responsibilities.
And that's how it should
Now,
be.
Yeah, and y'all actually
Exactly.
made co-parenting.
Exactly.
Y'all did the co-parenting that should have been an example for everybody because that's exactly how you're supposed to co-parent. But
Yeah. And yes.
unfortunately, not everybody has that kind of a relationship because a lot of times, like you went and said that women weaponize it. Women do weaponize it a lot of times. They
Yes.
use it as a
Yes.
tool, and it's not so much about the money; it's about giving that man some kind of pain. And the best way to hurt a man, some women think, is
It's
through his
pockets.
pockets, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
they angry, they mad, they want the man back. They don't want the man to leave. They don't want the man with another female, whatever. So what do? They hurt him in his pocketbook, or they say you can't see your kids.
Mm-hmm.
You
And
know what I
it's
mean?
crazy. It sucks because when you have like a good woman, bad guy, good
Good
woman.
woman.
Like it's hardly ever where you just have two solid people. Like, we're not going to worry about all the petty stuff between you and I. We're just going to do right by the kids. And so that is the problem. It starts with the adults. That's the problem because child support is not. Child support, I'm gonna rephrase this because I'm gonna say child support through the court is not necessary when you have two parents willing to both go half on taking care of the responsibilities of that child or those children.
But you don't always
Because
have
now
that.
you don't, because now I'm in a situation where, and I'm glad you said what you said, and you said that shit on your own, because now you have a situation where one parent is dolo, by themselves, one bedroom apartment, and the other parent has a 4-bedroom, kids have a space in a house, and is with those kids all day, every day, taking care of day in, day out responsibilities. And yet the other parent doesn't want to, or doesn't feel like, the other parent is like, oh, I can't really do too much this week. I can't really do too much this week. And then feeling like, oh, well, I'm gonna claim one of the kids on the taxes. Why you get to claim both of the kids on the taxes type situation? And I'm like,
And that's
but
when you hit them with the child support.
and that's what you don't. And see, somebody like me, you already know how I rock. Like, that's not something that I want to do. I don't want to have to go through courts. I don't want the system to be inside of any of our finances. I don't want to do that to anybody. But then you have my situation where it's like, okay, you leave me with no choice, because you telling me how hard it is for you this week and that week and that week, not taking into consideration it's hard for me every damn day. And it's like, well, I don't understand. What do you mean? Like, taking kids to school day in and day out, taking them to, like, you talking about gas, groceries, miscellaneous shit, like household shit. And then the other
Sports
person doesn't
shit.
understand. Yes, yeah. Like, you don't understand that. And not to say like the person doesn't they do what they can or whatever. But again, when you have that person making double what the custodial parent makes, so that goes to your point, like, just because you well off financially, because on paper you look at the finances, that person would be in a better position to raise these kids because they make double what I make. And yet that's not the situation. I'm making half of what somebody makes, and yet I'm taking care of all of the responsibilities and still being treated as if like I'm not being a team player,
Well,
because I don't want to drive clear across town to go drop, you know what I'm saying, kids off or pick kids up, when that was your choice
to move way over there.
to move away from your children. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a crazy situation. It's a slippery slope. But at the end of the day, if you have two people, again, that want to do right by the kid and respect one another, like, it should be no issue.
So
Courts don't need to be involved.
in my situation, I did get child support from your dad, Aaron. But when we went to court, he had 2 attorneys with him, and I didn't have nobody. And I told the judge and the 2 attorneys, I said, look, I don't want any back pay. I want him to have a relationship with his daughter. That was what was most important to me. And I think it lasted a couple weeks, and then it went away. No child support from.
You mean he went away?
He went away. Yeah, he went away real quick.
Real quick, fast and in a hurry.
No child support. No child support requested ever from Demetric.
Because he was always active.
He was always there. He was an active
Always
dad.
there.
Yeah, he was like,
Yeah.
no matter if you
I
guys
lived with
needed
him when you
anything,
left.
huh?
I said I was living with him when you left.
When you packed up in the
Well,
middle of the
yeah,
night and moved to
my-
Dallas.
Yeah,
You packed up and left, and I was in the house with Dad by myself. It
Yeah.
was me and Dad.
yeah. So but he had that good relationship, and then Micaiah's dad, that was another story. I did get child support from him too, but
How you feel about, like, when lump sums of back pay come in? Do you think that a child or I could say a teenager, should get some of that?
I think they should go into a fund for the child. I don't think
Oh,
back pay
he's saying that and he's looking at me and smiling because I got a lump sum.
oh
Yeah, I got a lump sum, and Micaiah got something, but Micaiah didn't get a whole lot or whatever. Micaiah was actually still a kid.
I
but-
remember this was in
I don't even remember.
Does
that.
No,
Micaiah
this
know
was in
about this? I
17.
can't wait
He
to see his
graduated-
facial
He
expression.
wasn't graduated yet. He was
he
still in high
graduated
school.
in the summer of 18.
Nope. I got it like in 2015.
No,
It
you
was
didn't.
When I first
I
started
was in
working at the
Houston.
hotel.
I was in Houston.
No, when I was working at the hotel because I had Jennifer look at it. I said, Jennifer, what does this say?
Yes, you were still at the hotel, but I was already in Houston. I
Oh.
moved to Houston in December of 16. That you got in 17. So he was already a junior in high school.
I don't remember
Micaiah,
that.
did you know this?
I have no idea.
This was not opening up old wounds, but you know what I'm saying, since we have family divided, have at it, you know. I remember she got, what was it, like a $22,000 lump sum payment?
I think so, yeah, because I had
Damn.
Jennifer look at it like, what the fuck is this?
So this is how this played
it
out,
was
right?
it was 4th of July weekend.
So this is at this time, mom was in school, right? She had gone back to school to get her degree. So she had financial aid coming in too. She got this lump sum. I remember, I think she had like $10,000 financial aid refund also come through on top of her paychecks from her salary. And I remember her saying she was going to buy you a car.
He remembers all this because he was in Houston.
And she sent me money
He
to buy
owned
you a
your
car because at the
business
time
like
you
that.
wanted an Altima Coupe. And I was like, well, yo, there's a bunch out here. I can find him one out here. So she sent me the money to do that. And then I remember like 2-3 weeks later, she was like, no, I'm going to get him a car. And I'm like, but you already sent it to me to find him one out here. Like, I got it. And I remember her being so pissed. Send me the money. I need the money. I need the money.
Because I found a car that I wanted to get him, and I
Did
was
you
super
ever get
excited.
your Altima Coupe?
No, I got a Hyundai Elantra,
Yeah.
like a 2003 Hyundai.
And you were
Elantra.
excited when you got that car.
Yeah, but I didn't know any of the back end shit that was going on.
Yeah, she had sent me the money to get your car in Houston to get what you wanted.
Oh,
Wait, so
why
how
do
did
you?
that
Oh,
happen?
It's like,
this is
so look, it's like, I remember when,
Wait, so she did use some of the back pay to get him a car.
yes, I did.
yeah, but she
Oh.
didn't use all the money that she sent me to get him the car. It's like when she got that when she won that lawsuit back in 06. I remember her.
She dipped out on everybody.
Yeah, she dipped out on everybody, right? But I remember her calling me and she's like, "Oh, come look at my new cars." She bought herself a brand new Pathfinder fully loaded. She bought her husband at the time a fully loaded Altima 3.5. Right?
How do we go from that to child support?
We just have at
Like,
it.
you
We
just
just
have at
we
it.
just
You
talking right now.
Slam
We
off
talking.
her fuckery. Go ahead.
And so you was only like 6, so you don't remember this shit. But I remember she called me, told me come look at them. So I went over to go look at them. I was like, yo, these are fire, blah, blah. I didn't even know she won a lawsuit. She handed me a book from Nissan and said, pick out a car. And I was like, oh, for real? She's like, yeah, I'm gonna buy you a car. I'm like, all right, cool. I don't got to bum rides from teammates to get home every day from practice, blah, blah, blah. So I remember I picked out a car. And then it turned into, oh, I'm not buying you a brand new car. Let's go look at used cars. I was like, all right, cool. Like, let's go look at used cars then. So she took me to go test drive. It was a 05 Grand Prix, all white, 22-inch chrome rims. It was like 10 grand. And I was like, fuck yeah. She let me test drive it and everything. And then she didn't buy it. And she was like, oh, well, I'm not spending $10,000 on a car from you. And I'm just like, so it went from a brand new car to a used car. You let me test drive it. And then it's, oh, I'm not going to buy that for you. And so fast forward, right? I remember,
he was at school.
I remember Demetri, my pops, he was like, well, just give me the money. I'll go get him a car. She ain't want to do that. So I remember her pulling up to school one time with this fucking silver.
It wasn't silver, it was green.
No, this was after.
This
You
is the
you
one,
try to do the green before your money.
That was the one.
The little Mazda
Beyonce-
Protege, the
yeah,
little
the
green
one
one.
Bianca got.
This was before you got your money. This was before you got all that money. She pulled up in the green Mazda Protege, and I looked at it, and I was like, I'm not driving this shit. This shit was like a 92 Mazda Protege, littlest shit. Nigga, I play football. Like, I can't fit in that shit, right?
Yeah.
So she ended up selling it to Bianca. So when she got the money, she pulled up again.
He came out to school, y'all, and I was so excited that I had gotten him a car. I was so excited. And he came out the building
Hey,
and
what
he
the fuck
looked
is
at
this?
me. Yeah, literally, he did. He walked away. He walked away. Like I was like so hurt. Like what the fuck?
That was rude. That was rude of me and out of character at that moment, right? Because my mom tried
Out
to
of
do what she
character.
wanted to do for her son at
Guy.
that point in time. I should have been more appreciative in that moment. But when we fast forward to when she got all that money
Okay,
from her lawsuit,
like I said,
then she pulled up with the little 2-door, what was it, a fucking Chevy Cavalier.
It was
a little
Cavalier,
coupe.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how you get these brand new cars? Like, how do I go from a brand new car to this shit where I can't even get tags on it? I ain't got no paperwork. Every time I get pulled over, I'm getting a ticket. Like, she's ultimately the reason why I ended up going to jail in 2013. It's from all those tickets that I got in that Chevy.
Listen, it is.
Couldn't get insurance, couldn't get stickers, nothing.
When I went,
This guy.
I bought it at a legit place right there on Airway. But when I went back to go get your tags, they were closed
Oh,
down.
that's legit.
But it was a legit
That's legit.
place.
It was a going out of business sale, huh?
I don't know what the fuck it was, but look, we already know I had some motherfucking issues that I had to deal with.
She looked out for herself.
I did. I was selfish.
You know, I didn't have name brand shoes until I bought them myself in high
Oh
school.
my god!
Look, I used to- You too young to remember,
name
bro.
brand shoe?
Hold on,
What
hold
do
on.
you mean?
Nigga, come on, fam. You don't remember going to
fuck?
Andrews when you was in high school and you had the 4-stripe fucking Adidas? You don't remember that shit? Like,
I never had name brand shit. Yes.
I think Payless used to have this brand called Cross Trekkers. But Cross Trekkers used to copy all the dope shoes. So and one basketball was real hot when I was in elementary school into middle school, right? So I remember and one put out these shoes. They was like slip-ons, like Vans, but before Vans, they had little and one crossover logo on them. And I remember I had to go to Payless and I got the knockoff ones, the Cross Trekkers. And I remember going to school and niggas like, oh, those is fly. And they get up on them. They're like, what?
And they get too
What
close?
the fuck is that? And they look, oh, you got shoes from Payless. You got shoes. Nigga, it's hard growing up as a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like elementary school is different. But when you get to middle school and high school, that shit is
Kids are
traumatizing. They're vicious, bro.
Vicious.
Which
hold
is-
up,
yes.
Micaiah cannot relate, right?
No, he can't.
I can't.
He can't.
I don't recognize.
Because
that
said I
mom,
always
for
been
real.
fly.
Yeah, he's always had the shit. He's always had the shit. And that's why I got 30, 40 plus pair of shoes now.
Look, y'all, I know I will be saying I'm sorry to y'all for the rest of my life.
Don't be sorry, be better.
I am better. I am
She
better.
is better.
I am better. Listen, my tombstone going to be like, I tried.
But you won't let that shit go. He's spinning. How we go from child support to get Micaiah a car to
Fuck.
ultimately you being the reason why he went to jail? Like,
'Cause we was-
what?
Exactly. Damn.
How did we
Shit.
get there, my
Because we was
God?
talking about the
Shit.
child support
Leave
that she
it to
didn't give him a
him.
lead.
Leave it to
be
him. To
like-
be fucking always throw me under the bus. Always.
Everything circles back
Hey,
to you.
in January of 2017, she had at least 35,000 hit her bank account in that month alone.
I don't know.
Just to turn around and say she was broke and try to fight me over the few grand that she gave me for his car.
Listen, we already know that the men that she was dealing with altered a lot of her decisions. They affected a lot of her decision making. Had she been single like she is now, things would have been different. So she was being heavily
What?
influenced.
In all reality, and this goes to me not having the backbone that I should have had, but that one husband, y'all, had control of the funds. Like I
Yeah.
literally, like it was to the point where
Should have
I
put in
remember-
Omi's name.
listen, the
Should have put in her
Christmas-
account.
Aaron, remember when I know I should have gave y'all so much more, but you remember when I wrote that check for $1,000?
To split
For
amongst
Christmas
10
and we
people.
had to split that shit.
Hold up, listen, let me
Erica bought
explain.
my Letterman
Oh,
jacket.
get me started.
Let me fucking tell y'all. I had to
My
take-
mama got $200,000 in the
God
bank, and my
damn.
sister's buying my
Let
Letterman
me
jacket.
fucking tell you.
I ain't even had leather sleeves, bruh. I had pleather.
Fuck you.
I had pleather sleeves, bruh. Vinyl.
Listen.
Shit was wild. Every time I walked, it was like crinkle, crinkle, crinkle.
Y'all, I had to take
Micaiah,
that.
is he crying?
No, I ain't crying.
She about to?
No, listen, I had to
No,
take.
I said Eric.
Oh,
Is
Eric,
crying?
Eric's
What?
always crying. Okay, listen,
I heard a little crackle. I heard a little crackle in his voice.
That's not hurt.
Sound like you
had
wanna
to
It's a
cry.
little boy coming out.
I had to take that check out of the back of the checkbook, y'all. That man had me in fear. I know we can sit there and we can joke about it and all that,
What are we
and
talking about?
We're talking
dead
about
one.
R.I.P.
The one who is no
R.I.P.
longer alive.
Oh, rest in
Yeah.
peace.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
Don't do that.
I see
No,
what you did there.
Don't do that.
I
Don't
see
do
what you
that.
did
No,
there.
but it was what it was, and I understand that he did heavily influence. Like she probably wanted to buy you a new car, and he was probably like,
I
"The
did.
fuck, we are not buying him a new car. You fucking crazy."
And that
I
goes
just-
back to me being weak and letting a man control me. But listen, y'all, he controlled me with fear. I mean, I know, Eric, you saw shit, right? And I know I should have walked away, but that shit is not easy to walk away from all the time. All right. You get fucking beat down mentally. You get isolated from everybody, and you feel like that's the only person you have in your corner. So you defend that person. I should have.
Facts.
I be thinking about that shit sometimes. Like if you was in that relationship and I am who I am today, that shit would have been so
Oh,
different.
it wouldn't fly. It wouldn't
But
fly.
it just so happened that you were in the worst relationships that you were in, and I was a child. I couldn't
Yeah.
do nothing about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I be thinking
Yeah.
about that shit like, damn, like timing really is a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what?
Even if you were older, right?
Eric was older.
Ain't shit. A woman not gonna leave a nigga till she ready to leave a nigga.
Eric
I'm not saying
actually.
she would've left him,
Eric
but
actually
if we
came.
was-
I put hands on a nigga
Eric,
No, I know, I
Eric
remember
came
that.
into
Nigga,
my,
we
no,
would have
no,
been
no.
over an
whipping his ass
Xbox
every
controller,
week.
bruh. Over an Xbox controller.
Yeah, Eric.
You
pulled
talking
one
when
of
I
me.
went to go try to save her. Like
Yeah,
I heard what
I
was
know.
happening, and I went over there with a baseball bat. Like I wasn't even fucking with her at the time. I couldn't stand her ass, but I heard what was taking place, and I'm like, oh no, he's not fixing it. Like I can't sit by and listen to it. Next thing I know, cops are coming to me like, well, she said you went up there and threatened them, and if I got to take him, I got to take you. I said, so in order to arrest him, you had to take me to jail because my mom is up there saying that I came up there threatening them. I said, nah, fuck it, let him get her then.
You know what?
Yeah, sorry to say it like
But
that, but
all
I
of
was
that-
like, well, fuck it then. I'm not going to jail. Mind you, I had Jeremiah in Jersey, so I had little babies at the time. I was like, so she was about to have me go to jail for coming to save her. Oh yeah, her mind was
Yeah, you
her mind.
looking
But
for
see,
that.
I was angry at that time. But see, now as an adult, I understand the mental. Like I understand more, and I have empathy for the situation that you were in. I don't agree with any of it, but I understand how difficult it may have been for you in that situation to get out. Like that wasn't a representation of who you were; it was just your circumstances.
So like I
Right.
said, it's
So-
like a woman's not gonna leave a nigga until she's ready to leave a nigga, right? We can all agree
Yeah.
on that, right?
Yeah.
But once you're able to finally leave,
Why go back?
if you decide to step back into that relationship, that's on you. Can't nobody talk about mind games or fear or nothing like that. When someone's out the picture for a whole year, 2 years, and then you decide to go back into that situation, you can't
wasn't
blame that shit
healed.
on fear.
She wasn't healed. We all understand, and we talked about it, like your traumas and your healing and all of that. If you're not healed, you're gonna repeat the same patterns. You're gonna make the same mistakes. And then at the same time, you also remember, like I didn't talk to mom for many, many years. I thought I would never have a relationship with her. Like, she wasn't allowed to be around my kids. Y'all know how bad it was. And so, stop
That
it.
Gotta drop a clue
shit.
bomb.
Stop it. So I think, like, if you're, like she said, if your relationship with your kids are not that great and your friends are kind of falling off, you cling to what is familiar. You cling to what you know will be there. It may not treat you that well, but you know it's going to be there. Like, there's a lot of different reasons why people in battered situations do what they do. And until you're in that situation, you don't really know.
I can't
You
take
can
that shit
speculate.
either because she had Omi and Malik.
What?
You had
What does
Omi and
that
Malik
mean?
too.
You
She
know
had
what?
something
You-
else to cling to. Omi has never left her corner, no matter what anybody
She
has
can't
gone
get
through.
from Omi. She can't get from Omi what she was getting from these men.
What the
And
fuck was she
remember
get? She didn't
the
get
fact-
shit.
But hold on.
And remember mom's thought process as far as her self-worth was low. And so her reason for choosing these men was because she felt needed because they were less than her. They needed her. She was a fixer. So that's why she stayed in a lot of those situations. Like, there's a lot behind her mental, like her thought process, your self-worth and where you feel like you can be more useful. Like Omi was there. Yeah, there was no denying that, but she wasn't getting from that relationship with her mother what she was ultimately getting from these fucked up men that she was dealing with.
And
Being
women,
needed?
well, hold on. Women,
Before you-
women will leave when they're ready to leave. What made me leave was that night when we were at the bar and you had Micaiah's phone
Mm,
and you got that
mm.
text message on that phone and it was Micaiah's phone and the message was, "Is today a good day to die?" You remember that night?
I don't remember that.
You,
I remember
you
Omi's
showed
tires
me-
getting slashed. I
No.
don't remember the text message.
Bro, you were sitting at the bar.
You can. I'm saying I just don't remember. I
Okay,
don't recall.
you were sitting at the bar, and the text message was, "Is today a good day to die?" And
He
that
said
was
that to
Micaiah's.
Micaiah?
Yeah, that was
He
He
Micaiah's
sent that to
phone.
Micaiah.
That was
Micaiah's
sent to
phone.
Micaiah's phone, and that was the night like a light switch flipped in me. I went home, I
Thank
got
God
his
it
shit.
did.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I got his shit, and I was like done. I'm like, I can't do this because it was spilling over to my youngest.
Damn, but
my youngest.
him fighting your other son wasn't
Hold-
enough. Goddamn shit.
Like, fuck the
Like,
rest
what
of
the
them. And
fuck?
that's why I say, look, Micaiah, this what I tell you. This boy is everybody's favorite. Like, don't nobody play when it comes to Micaiah. Sorry, Eric, but Micaiah is what you talk about. Omi, Opie, Mom, me, Erica, Eric. Like, Micaiah is
Facts.
everybody's favorite. I don't know what it like.
Yes, love.
It just is what it is. So I think that day was like, not Micaiah Bear, not Micaiah Bear, you're not fucking
Not
with
my
Kai Bear.
baby. Not my
Yeah.
baby.
So, it was
And
what
you
it
know,
was.
and the crazy thing is that motherfucker was, excuse me, shouldn't have said that, but he was the only one that Micaiah, y'all remember Micaiah called him dad.
You made him.
Dad.
I didn't make him. He just called him that one day, and I never corrected it. Never corrected it.
I was a child.
The nigga
Yeah.
was around for like 3 years, bro. Like you,
I was a child. I don't know what
I don't place no blame on you, little brother.
it was.
No,
I was out
of
there.
course.
Anyway, like I said, okay, so there we go. Y'all
You jump
just
from one
had that
asshole
into-
to another.
Yeah, so that's why I've been single because I ain't jumping to another asshole. I need to make sure.
You finally healed, girl. And that's all that matters.
I
Yeah,
am.
we're not gonna let you
Finally
go to
healed.
that. So.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good.
You
All
can
right.
try it.
She
Oh, no,
trying it
fuck
though.
no.
Yeah, you can
She
try
trying
it.
it. I tell you, I be
By all
logged in her Facebook. I was driving to work one day, right? I used her Facebook for Marketplace when I was gonna buy some rims for the truck. And I remember driving to work and I pulled out my HOA neighborhood. And then all of a sudden, nigga name pop up on my phone. I said, how the fuck this nigga get my number? It's because he called her on Facebook Messenger. And I was like, oh, okay.
That
She
don't
still
mean
talked to him.
That don't mean.
I
but
ain't
that
say
don't-
I ain't say you was dating
okay,
him or nothing
all right,
like that.
and that
It's
don't
just
mean
you
I'm
still talk to
trying.
him.
Yeah, I still talk to him, but that don't
You
mean
can't
I'm
talk to
trying.
assholes.
Look, they're gonna have a long day if you do try. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah, ain't nobody
Bruh.
trying.
Bruh,
They're gonna have
Nigga.
a long day.
nigga.
Look, all right. So, of course,
She be
of
trying on the
course,
low.
Of
Shit.
course, all right.
What?
Secret lovers.
Oh, God.
Lord Jesus
Lord.
Christ. All right, y'all. So, does anybody have any
It's
final?
ugly out here.
Does anybody have any final thoughts? Anything they want to? And Omi, you've been really quiet because this was like.
No, no, I'll be-
You, all of you guys were babbling around, so you know I just kept.
Well, because
my mouth
Omi stayed quiet. Like
I
she
just-
got a lot on her mind. You know what I'm saying? She just don't speak on it because you're her daughter. And like I said, she's always been in your corner. She's always going to protect you. She's never going to say nothing negative.
Well, I'm not. I'm going to say something. I said I did not approve of her lifestyle that she had at the time, but she wouldn't listen to nobody. She wouldn't listen to me, so I just said, "Okay, whatever." You know, if that's
You see,
what
this
you
is
want
what
to
y'all
do.
fail to understand. Once I got into the relationship and I was deep into the relationship, what y'all saw with your eyes was me not wanting to leave, was me being complicit with what was going on. What y'all did not see was the fear that I was living.
The very first time.
But then also, let's also realize that this was not the first time.
You're right.
Facts.
Well, I'm at first man because
Yeah,
when we were living
in
in Dallas,
Dallas.
like there was a lot of abuse going on, and
Yeah.
that
Oh,
was our first
yeah.
time like
Yeah.
witnessing and hearing, and so it was just a repeated cycle of you being in another abusive relationship and us having
I
to
had a
hear and
history.
witness.
I had a history
Yeah.
of that.
But
yeah.
wouldn't you wouldn't you learn from the first situation?
If
Like,
I'm
does
not
my kid
mentally
have to
healed-
touch the hot stove
Listen,
multiple times to learn not to touch the hot stove?
Until you have therapy, until you deal with the issues that cause you to create the person you are, to allow those situations to happen, you can't just say I'm done.
So let me
It's not that.
let
it's
me
not
ask you
that
this, right?
easy.
Because you said the turning point for that marriage to come to an end, or that chapter of your life to come to an end, was him sending a text message to your youngest saying or asking, "Is today a good day to die?"
That did not end the cycle of abuse.
No.
in my life.
I didn't say it. That ended the chapter for that.
Yeah, for that. Yeah.
So when we were in Dallas and the dude that you were with at that time was beating on you, but not only beating on you, but beating on me, pouring beer in my mouth, on my face, when I'm only 5, 6 years old, was that not enough to leave that situation? Because you didn't leave the situation then when that happened.
Again, she did not love us the way she loves Micaiah.
Okay.
Now she about to cry.
It's as fucked up as it sounds. I know it sounds fucking diabolical, but I really wholeheartedly believe like there is a connection that she has with him that she did not have with the rest of us for whatever reason.
Which is
I don't
crazy
know what
because
it is.
she'll tell everybody that I'm her best friend. So I don't.
But listen,
get the
You
fuck
better
out
ask
of
her.
here.
Ask her right now. Ma, who's your best friend? Who's your best
Again,
friend?
she chooses toxic men. She chooses toxic
Fuck out of here.
listen, again, the cycle is, we can keep going around and every time we have this conversation, I understand my faults and everything. But I can tell you this, I am a better parent now, or I think I'm a better parent now, absolutely, than I was back then. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like,
Don't apologize. We don't need you to apologize. You got to forgive yourself.
Also,
it's hard to forgive myself when it keeps getting thrown up.
Well, because we can bring it up, and we should be able to be past it to joke about it, right? You got to be able to joke about it too.
I give
Nothing
y'all
is-
some kudos for you, Aaron, Erica, the people who went through shit like that. I give y'all kudos for even like being able to forgive her for that.
Absolutely.
Because I'm sitting here thinking,
Yeah,
like,
because
I've
I never
heard
thought
shit
that I would.
before.
You never heard of that shit? Nigga, we
No,
got
hell no.
stories.
I'm sitting here thinking, like, nigga, if that shit ever happened to me, she is no longer, like, you're not my mom no more, yo.
And we all treated it in that manner for years.
Yeah.
But again, we heal from it so we can get over it and tell her like, yo, I forgive you. I told her flat out when I was in Houston, yo, I can forgive you because I understand that you were still growing up. You had us young. So you were still growing up and trying to figure out your way through life as we were growing up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I can forgive her for that. And we've all told her that, but she can't forgive herself. And that's why she cries when we joke about it.
Okay, can we change the subject?
I remember going to
here?
Jeremiah. I remember going to Jeremiah's game one time when he was little, and I walked up to him and I'm like, "Hey," and then he looked at me. He was like, "I'm not allowed to talk to you." You remember that? Aaron?
And you know what that does, that was a time period that made me so mad. That was so difficult for me to get past because for years everybody looked at me like I was a problem, like I was a bitch, I was fucked up. Like, how do you talk to your mom like that? How do you not let your kids see your mom? Like, nobody could comprehend or understand why we had the relationship that we had. It was like, oh, that's your mom, you only have one, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you have no fucking idea why I am the way that I am or why I choose what I choose. Like, I did not feel like my kids were safe around you or your partners. Like, I did not want my kids to know you because you didn't treat me, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was a reason why I made the decisions that I made, but everybody was like, why is she being like that? Why is she like that? And it's like, in order for me to justify or explain my decisions, I gotta go into my bag and tell some crazy ass
stories, yeah.
diabolical ass stories about what my mom did and put me through and had me living like, to understand like my anger and my reason for not wanting her to be around my children.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I'm quite sure I don't think anybody thought me and you were ever there was a time that people thought we would never have a relationship.
I'm sure there's some people that look at it now and be like, what? They talk? They're on each other's Facebook page? What?
Aaron, if you could be here and see the look on Omi's face and her facial expression during this conversation.
Why?
Rolling
Omi
her
was one of them.
eyes. She just
Omi was, because she was one of them. She thought that I was so mean to mom. And I didn't want the kids to be around. She would sneak and let the kids see mom when I was gone.
I used to go across the street to see Kimani and Dante. Yeah. Yes, I
Nobody
used to
was
go across the
respecting
street.
my wishes. I'm like, I don't want her around them. And then I'd be gone and then come back and find out, oh, they was over at grandma's and they saw grandma's. Like, these are my kids. Respect how I feel about my kids. If I didn't want them to be around her at that time, but nobody was respecting me, I'm like, well, fuck all of y'all then. So then that added to the anger. But it was a matter of growing up, and yeah, you got to forgive and you got to get past it. Like, you grow up and you understand. And then it's also humbling to be, I wasn't nowhere near in a situation like you were in, but to also experience certain things in my own relationship that I knew I shouldn't have tolerated, I shouldn't have been dealing with, but I didn't leave. And so I was like, well, you kind of mirroring a little bit, like you was judging her for what she was going through, but here you are dealing with shit you know you shouldn't be dealing with, but yet your ass is still stuck here. You still staying for XYZ, whatever. So life will have a funny way of like showing you can't judge people until you really take a step back and understand it's a lot deeper than what you just see on the surface level. It's not that easy for people to just, get your shit together and break the cycle, break the pattern. Like, nah, it's a lot that goes into it. Okay, Eric. Thank you for that.
I
No-
remember me
no
and
crickets.
Jeremiah had a little thing. Like I used to always tell him, when you learn how to drive, you can come drive to grandma's, and he'd be telling me, "Yeah, I'll come see you, grandma."
How many times he drove to you?
Oh, Lord.
No, I mean he was little when I said that. That was
And when he started
wasn't-
driving, how many times did he drive to you?
Well, at that point when he started driving, everybody was cool and he saw it all the time.
Yeah, I got a text message from Arajane at 2:00 this morning.
He texted the whole fam last
At
night.
2:00 this
Yeah.
morning, talking about, Granny, you up?
I love you.
Granny, I just want to tell you I love you and owe me very much.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
She was hot shit.
Facts.
And then I had to check her location when I woke up because it scared me, right? Like, why is she
I
texting me
know.
this, right? So I'm looking at her location. Okay, she home. She at her apartment. She good.
Wait, she texted you too, Aaron?
Yeah, she texts me. She texts Kimani. I think Dante. Yeah, Dante too. I guess they have their own little group chat,
Hey,
whatever.
Malik,
But
you
yeah,
get a
she
text
texts
from her?
everybody.
Nah.
You didn't get to, me neither.
Oh,
Me neither.
shit.
That's why I got favorites.
Damn.
That's why I got favorites.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord. Okay. All right. Well, you know what? So we going to wrap this up now unless somebody else got something to say. But
What's your bonus segment?
my bonus segment is start deep, go lighter, true crime, back to real life. I don't know what that is right there. Keep
Oh,
the
you was
energy
trying to do a
balanced.
flow.
Yeah, I was trying to do a flow, but I couldn't do a flow. But you know what? Listen, all I got to say, and I'm going to end this up, is like, if this hits you, send it to somebody who needs to hear it. Like, seriously, like we talk about a lot of stuff on here. We raw, we tell the truth, we don't lie. They don't my kids do not sugarcoat
Not at
shit.
fucking all. That's why she don't like me.
I know we sound. Listen, let me tell y'all. So I sent the first episode to somebody, and I prefaced it. I made comments. I'm like, yo, my brother, the one on the right,
Hold on,
he's
nigga.
fucking savage. Like I said, he be doing too much. He be doing too much. And then a few minutes, like not even a few minutes, they texted us like, yo, he's a savage. I'm like, I told you. I said, I'm not. I said, you thought I was joking about him. I said, this guy is a savage. And so I know to the outsider, I was like, I got to say this because I know to the outsider, we probably seem like, yo, why they talk to their mom like that? We're not savages. Like
No.
we love each other.
Speak for yourself, nigga.
We do.
Speak for
We live
yourself.
each
We
other.
love each other.
We
Shut
love
the
each
fuck
other.
up. Yeah, except Eric. The rest of them, I rock with them, but not Eric because he's an ass.
Hey,
No, we love
look,
each other. Just we joke, we play, and this is how we do.
The
But
streets raised me.
It's
Streets
it's
raised me.
real and
Gotta be
it's
an
raw,
asshole.
right? And everybody's got opinions, but over here, we're speaking from experience. Take what fits, and otherwise, just have at it.
Yep.
That's fire.
Have at it. Family divided. We left, we shop, but we're still united. Hot takes, hard hits. You're all invited. Have at it. Family
I'm
divided.
hungry.